if you talk to somebody about alternative ways of healing, you're automatically on some political spectrum that they don't agree with, so they think that this isn't the way they should go.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, forget about that. This is about life. We're about saving lives. No medical diagnosis or anything.
Politics doesn't belong in there.
No, it doesn't belong in the sky spray. It doesn't belong in the cancer talks. It doesn't belong in medical freedom. It doesn't belong in any of it. But somehow they've managed to brainwash everybody into believing that in the last 3 to 4 years. Well, I like your moccasins.
Oh, thank you. So do
Those
I.
are real.
They're the real deal. Those are Lakota.
I was going to say they're not Minnetonkas.
They're straight Lakota from South Dakota. One of my motorcycle trips.
You wear those on your motorcycle?
No, but I bought them when I was on a trip.
Okay. I'm not used to this microphone situation. I have on Uggs because I'm a fucking loser.
I love it.
But I'm sweating.
Just be barefoot.
My balls off. I put that there in case you wanted it for your back. You can get rid of it and put it on the floor.
No, I think it's
Is this a totally uncomfortable chair?
Not at all.
I just talked about how uncomfortable this chair is. But I wear such fucking baggy clothes now because my body completely changed in the last fucking 6 months. Now that menopause wants to take me.
That's us, girl.
On a drive. How old are you now? Am I allowed to ask that?
Yeah.
35?
55. What? I learned recently that I'm considered post-menopause.
Did you finish it?
Isn't that the funniest thing? Because you don't finish it. It's like, do you want this right on me, like how we were on mine, or do you?
I don't remember what we did on yours.
Yeah, that's how we like it right up.
Can you say what the name of your podcast is so that these fucking people over here know?
To these people here, my podcast is The Art of Human Maintenance.
That's what I need.
I know it's a mouthful, but it's worth it. I'm committed.
That is not a mouthful.
I love the name. Do you know
other
the
things
book?
that are mouthfuls?
You might not know the book. Do you?
I think so.
It's called, oh God, I get it wrong now. It's called Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance.
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember.
So
I don't think I read that, but I know
like an iconic book.
Yeah.
That's got, a great message in it. And the art of human maintenance is it just explains my shit really well. And I have a collaboration that I'm doing right now that's called Motorcycles and the Art of Human Maintenance, which brings in my motorcycle life into the healing shit.
I gotta just, we're gonna have to find clips of you. I can't believe it. We're gonna watch the dogs try to fuck each other while we're doing this podcast.
On, babies.
Sorry, guys. There's a possibility,
get it.
But Tana's a fucking badass biker bitch from hell. And I'm getting used to her with her curls right now because she just took out dreadlocks that were down to her knees. I was going to say bukyak, but I'm trying
more
to be
like
behaved.
that than my knees, but yeah.
Yes.
You're trying to be behaved now?
No.
Why now?
Every other episode, this podcast is new. There's no audience yet. We're just banking episodes. So everything we talk about is not really on the same timeline that it's going to air.
Right.
But
yeah, that's one of the hazards.
I've been very serious. Everything has felt very serious. So I get to have a friend today.
You can have some fun.
Yes, I get to have a friend, and I don't really my friend Heidi comes and we talk a lot of shit, but we're not talking about anything terribly serious. Your situation is serious.
I don't take anything seriously anymore.
Well, I use you.
That's where, oh, good.
I use you.
I'm glad you do.
In the best sense of the word.
That's great.
Every time someone I know is diagnosed with cancer.
Yeah.
That's my go-to, is to try to sell them the place that you went when you had cancer.
Sanoviv.
Yes.
Shout out Sanoviv Medical Institute.
I think I want to go there.
This is my camera, right? This is you. Are we doing two? Oh, we got one. Oh, we got three. Sorry to interrupt you.
That's okay.
Let me just get, so we're rolling, I assume.
Oh yeah, but don't
Yeah.
worry.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. We could cut things out and drive Eric crazy. I
It's
don't
all
care.
cool. I just, I wanted to give you the best of what I got. So,
but you're
okay.
looking at me anyway, so don't worry. I don't know
Well,
what
that's
our
why
eye
I was
lines
like, are we all profile? Are we? So when I want to plug something like Sanoviv,
yeah, you can
am
look.
I
I
looking
don't. We
straight
can
ahead?
break the fucking every wall. You
Okay.
can look in every camera and talk directly to the camera. I don't care.
Anything goes.
People don't like that sometimes in my field.
People get rigid. Okay, so let's
Yeah.
go back to you had a good lead in there. So
don't worry about
you
it.
use me.
I use you for anyone who gets diagnosed with cancer, and all I want to do, I keep doing this. All I want to do is sell them on Sanoviv because of your success story. Oh God, hold on.
That literally makes me so happy.
And I hold on, I'm against that microphone again. I'm back. Hold on, I'm back.
It's in your armpit.
Total idiot. Okay, yes. So, I mean, I'm not going to ask you a bunch of questions. We're just going to shoot the shit about your experience, what you've been through. I mean, you can talk about what your life was like before having been diagnosed, or maybe you want to mention, you're so used to telling the story. You know, people always want me to talk about certain things in my life, and I sometimes, I like to be prompted sometimes, and sometimes I just spill it all out. So I don't know.
Let's start with Sanoviv since you brought it up.
Okay.
And it's fresh for me because I was just there as a companion for somebody close to me.
Which is a great feature there too.
It's incredible. Oh my God.
They let you bring a companion for an extra $100 a day.
Sometimes it's mandatory, which was my case and also my friend's case. If you're stage 4 and you have any kind of, stage 4, it's complicated, right?
Were you stage 4?
I was, yeah.
Is this dog annoying you that he's going to chew this fucking toy to shreds?
That dog can sit on my lap.
Is it too noisy?
It's not ideal.
Oh my God, Blanky.
But he's so in love
Blanky, we're
with
trying to talk about serious things here, buddy.
He's like, life's too serious.
But you want to eat your alligator with everybody. Letty, tú puedes coger el chancho que él quiere comer su lagarto, pero posiblemente él puede comer su lagarto en el otro cuarto.
Poor baby.
Sorry, Blanky, but you're making too much noise with your old man teeth. Sí, porque él quiere comer su juguete aquí.
Blanky.
Y no quiero que sean, oh my God, they're both bringing their toys in here. They love you.
I think it was, oh, good.
They love you.
Good.
You can stay, Blanky, but no chewing on the toys. Él puede quedar. It's okay.
Blanky,
we'll see if you
here.
stay.
Come on, get up here. Come on, my love. Come on. Yeah.
Good boy.
Let's do that.
Good boy.
Yeah, Papa. There we go.
They really want to play. All right, Gorda, go away now.
I'm literally
Chinese
honored
princess.
to have Blanky join me.
Okay, so now companions and Sanoviv.
Okay, so the deal is if you're, it depends, whatever you're there for. If you are struggling to maneuver your life on your own, that's what the companion is for. So each room is set up with the patient's bed and their space. And in, the other part of the room, there's a door with another mini room in there. So you have your own bed, your own desk, a little closet.
So it's like an adjoining room.
Yeah, it's in.
So if it's like
you
your
share
husband,
the same
you
bathroom.
can be together. But if it's your friend, you have a separate space.
Yeah,
fantastic.
And oftentimes husbands and wives can't share the same bed because of what the patient is going through. So the focus is on the patient and getting them to their appointments on time, remembering things that they want to ask, or remembering symptoms that they had, because your Sanoviv's protocol, like their way, what they do is for cancer, their goal is to get you in there for a 3-week program. You use that 3 weeks to amp up your own immune system as much as possible. And they do whatever additional therapies to shrink whatever you have going on by as much as possible during this 3-week stay. And part of that is T-cell therapy, which the effects of the T-cell therapy last for 6 months. So you do all this stuff. You have a daily schedule. It's like being at a spa, but it's a medical spa. And you have a front desk. You get your schedule at the front desk every night at dinner.
Sounds like rehab.
What's going on with my throat right now?
Want some water? Maybe you're allergic to the dog and the dust.
Not at
in
all.
Grey Gardens, because we're here at Grey Gardens.
Little baby.
A really quick break to say we're glad you found the Ultrafree podcast and hope you're enjoying this episode. A great way to support the podcast is to head over to the Ultrafree website to buy merch. Link in the show notes below. We have cool hats and hand-screened t-shirts, and we'd love to see you in them. So buy a few. Take photos and tag us on your socials to spread the Ultrafree vibes. Like and subscribe and leave comments when you have them. And remember, we don't need to be right. We just need to be free. Ultrafree. Now back to the episode.
So
it might be her fur.
You get your you get your schedule every night at dinner for the next day. Your day is planned out from 6:30 a.m. till sun up to sundown.
God, it sounds
right.
I love it.
Sun up to sundown. It's on the ocean in Rosarito. Like everything you're looking at, touching, feeling, smelling is of a healing intention, right? And your companion would be like, okay, we got to get you to the doctor's appointment. We got to get you to the nutritionist. We got to get make sure you're on your schedule. And again, remembering any questions you have, or if you had a reaction to a medication, if you couldn't sleep last night, if you need your food delivered to you because you're too tired to, and you can always use the room phone and be like, can you bring my meal up to me tonight? Wow. You don't have to eat downstairs. It's all whatever you feel good doing. It's amazing. It's so fucking dignified and respectful. Like they listen to you. They want to heal you. They cater to your every fucking whim. If you're with the nutritionist and you have bloating because of a smoothie they gave you, you just let them know and they have a different one waiting for you the next hour.
Amazing.
If you say, I'm constipated and I can't, I'm sitting on the toilet too long and my ass hurts, they have a padded seat in your room in the next 20 minutes. It's unbelievable. They think of things that you don't think to even ask about. But what I learned, so when I went, my request, because it's functional medicine, it's not strictly holistic. They just deal with the whole body, mind, and spirit, in addition to anything else that they think you need, right? So when I went, my request was to be holistic. I said,
so wait, there's a difference between functional medicine and holistic.
Correct.
Okay,
Let's go
this
there.
hippie
Yeah.
does not know that.
You don't know that?
No.
Okay. A lot of people don't.
I
It's kind of new. It's kind of a new, I'm just learning all this shit too. So functional medicine means they're going to try whatever approach makes sense, not just whatever Western medicine says. So if they think that you're dealing with something that could benefit from a softer approach, a more natural approach, they're going to put it in there. If they see that you need mental therapy, emotional support, they're going to, they're dealing with your whole body.
Well, that's the holistic approach. No?
But if they think that you need chemo or steroids or whatever, they're going to incorporate that too.
Which is amazing.
Which is the functional part.
So that would be considered functional.
Functional means they'll do whatever they need to do.
Okay.
Right? They'll merge the two worlds, or all the worlds.
I didn't even know that would have been part of that term.
Dr. Mark Hyman, who...
Yes, I love him.
So
I don't know him personally.
Of course
but
you love him. He's everywhere. We all love him.
Oh my God, more toys.
He and Jay...
the dogs with the toys.
It's time to chew
They
on
want to hang out
things.
with us with their toys. It's very
Sweet
cute.
peas bringing us gifts.
Yeah, I've been following Hyman for a long time. Oh, wow.
So you maybe I think I'm right in saying that he used to be a general practitioner that switched to functional medicine.
Mold. I think he had a mold problem that brought him to his knees. Am I right?
Recently, he had a back surgery that he had gotten an infection from a surgery.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You know, it was not sorry, Dr. Mark, but not to suggest that I'm happy you went through this, but I was a little bit like turned on by the fact that he had that experience right now in this level of his being, doing what he's doing, because it brought him to the part of this world where he really recognizes the need for all things and not just, so like now he's not,
He's expanding his whole.
he knows it firsthand now instead of just treating people. So he
I
almost
think
died recently from
the
this
surgery.
infection. Yeah.
And
he
how
had
did
to
he get an
fight his way
infection
back to
in his
life.
spine? It was a malpractice.
He had a back surgery, I believe. Don't quote me, but and there was some shit happened. I think he went sepsis. I don't want. I know that it was like he was on the edge and he literally had to fight his way back, which to people like me who live through essentially biohacking, it means that he understands that struggle on a different level. And now he's even broadening what he's already giving to the world. And while we're talking about him, do you know he and like Jay Shetty and some other people started Function Health? Are you familiar with that?
No, but I do know who the Jay Shetty guy is. I think
Yeah, you do.
Something about going on his podcast. Or
He used to
something.
be a monk. And he's
really? That's why he's so lovely.
He's amazing.
Right?
Yeah. And his wife too.
I didn't know who he was until someone asked me if I do his podcast a while back. And I didn't know who he was. So I checked him out. I was like, what a beam of sunshine this guy is.
He's
amazing.
Like him. And his wife also has a podcast called A Good Cry, which is really great too.
I need a good
They're
cry
such
every
a great
now
couple.
and then.
Yeah. So they
Nice.
just started Function Health, which is something that I signed up for recently. Just had my first round of it's essentially it's hundreds of lab tests, like blood work. It's all blood work. And you have an app and you go, so for $4.99 a year, very affordable.
$499.
Yeah. You have access to hundreds of lab tests that your doctors
this is what you were doing the other night.
Yes, that I was
You were like,
telling
I'm
you.
just laying in my
And
bed.
I'm like,
looking at how healthy
girl,
I am.
I was like, because you know, I'm okay. So we're jumping all over the place. I was stage
We're good. We're
4
fine.
cancer 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago now. I was stage 4 lymphoma. Worked my way back through the Sanoviv, turned me around, came out like fighting, like, yeah, I'm back, bitches. Like
Stage 4.
I was stage 4. I was on my body was dying, like dying. I felt what it felt like to have death in your body. It was crazy challenging. And since then, I decided to have faith in what I think is the right way. If that meant like to walk the talk,
if you
basically.
believe, I think if you also believe a little bit.
Well, knowing, right, is so there's believing and there's knowing, and knowing is the difference. So belief leaves room for doubt. Knowing, there's no doubt. So what I did to myself is I challenged myself through I just followed the breadcrumbs. I was gifted a membership to a quantum healing place in Malibu.
This is different. This is after Sanoviv?
Yes, this is after. So once you leave Sanoviv, you have a maintenance plan. You're supposed to do whatever. Like the doctor will send you off with a maintenance plan. And so ideally you would have a local oncologist that would work hand in hand with your Mexican oncologist. Dr. Ortega is mine. Shout out.
I want to bring him on.
Yeah, we need to.
And then you too for your podcast.
Yeah. So, and he's ready. He's ready to do it. But so Dr. Ortega would give you a maintenance plan that you do locally, or you can go back to Mexico. But in Mexico, you have to pay cash, right? Like you pay ahead of time. So if you can get your insurance to pay for some of these things here, great, do it. He doesn't care how you do it. He just wants to see you well. But you have your cost of your 3-week program comes with a year of aftercare. So you're in talks with him and your local oncologist the whole time. Part of what I did at Sanoviv, so when I went to Sanoviv, I was stage 4, I was dying. And I said to them, I want to do this as holistically as possible, but I understand I need some intervention. I was retaining fluid, so much fluid that it was crushing my lungs, and I'd have to have my lungs drained every 2 weeks. I couldn't lay down to sleep for almost a year, like because of that fluid, because my body wasn't processing. Like your blood has a pump, which is your heart. Your lymphatics, if they stop moving, you're fucked. Like there's nothing to back that up. Your lymphatics move through your own movement, right? And if they get clogged, then that's where you get into all kinds of trouble. So my body wasn't processing toxicity, and it was just filling up and crushing my lungs. So that was part of it. I was on oxygen, all these things. So I said, please, as holistically as possible. So where I would go to the emergency room here every 2 weeks. That's what the timeline was for my lungs getting crushed. It was like on the dot every 2 weeks. And I would know when it was time, and I would go back to the emergency room, and I'd be like, this is all I need. Just drain the fluids. And it would be 2 liters per side.
Oh my God.
Like crazy. It's like,
I mean,
and
were
it looked
you
like
just-
beer. It was crazy.
Could you see the inflammation in your body?
No, couldn't see it. And I was skin and bones because my body wasn't processing nutrition. And I've been eating clean and juicing and all these things since 2004 when cancer came into my life the first time through melanoma. That's a whole, it is part of this story because it led me to trusting my body to heal and finding a different way.
Yeah, I want to know about all of it because they are two different. They're very different.
So since we're there, I guess, so cancer first came into my life in 2004 with lymphoma. I went in to have a mole checked on my cleavage, and they were like, "Oh my God,
that was the melanoma.
Shit. You've got 5 years to live." My daughter was 12 years old, and they were like, "Get your affairs in order and ask your daughter where she wants to be when you die." And it was just like this madness. And I believed them because I'm not an expert on any of that shit. I just knew I needed to. I have moles all over my body. I always have. And
You're redhead.
I knew,
right?
Not naturally.
No?
Yeah, no.
Oh, I thought you had some redhead
It works.
qualities.
Yeah, maybe at heart I am. But I went through that whole thing, and I believed and had faith in the system for a year, and I wasn't getting better. They were cutting me. Every single time they're like, "You're high risk. You need to come in." First, I had a major surgery, and they took 7 spots on my body, 2 inches deep, 2 inches wide. It was a big thing.
Know all this.
I had never had surgery before, so it was this whole big thing. And they were like, "You're super high risk. You need to come in every 3 weeks and get naked in front of a dermatologist, oncology specialist, so they can check your moles." And every single time I went in, they were cutting me. They were like, "Oh, this one is melanoma. This one is on its way to melanoma." Constantly being injected with, numbing poison. I just cut and numb.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, guys. It's the house of the dogs.
It's all
It's
good.
the house
Look at
of the
this guy.
Baskervilles.
Look at this. He's like, "I'll
What are
handle
you-
it from here."
Did
We're
you get any
good."
deliveries of books just now, Sir Blanket? Lucci, cállate.
Come on,
Everything's fine,
Good
Mama.
job.
Oh my goodness.
so gorgeous.
There she goes. We need to have a camera on the dogs at all times for when
The doggy
these moments
cam.
happen. We have a camera on the dogs
The B-roll.
always
It's
so that we can
perfect.
just insert it so that it doesn't seem so disruptive.
He's chewing his little mustache. He's like, "We're good. We're good."
Oh, you're clinking and you're clanking. You're good, Luch. Are you done? Everything's fine. You good? Okay.
Okay.
Back to melanoma
Back to
and being cut all
melanoma.
over the place. They just cut me all over my shoulder. before I
It's
went to.
terrifying, right? When you
Well-
first experience it, you're like, oh shit,
Well,
what's
Robbie was
happening?
like, "You of all people, let them cut you."
Right.
I was like, "Why did you?" He's like, "Is that going to spread now? Is that going to move?" And I was unsure because now I'm nervous to even aspirate, a fatty cyst on the dog after
Right.
what happened to my brother.
Right.
Because I mean, the minute they started aspirating his neck,
It
just
spreads.
But it spread on the outside of his body, not
Yeah.
even on the inside too. But
It's horrific what he went through. I'm so sorry.
it was.
Like
I just wish we could
horrific.
have gotten him to Sanoviv
I
from the
know.
very
we
beginning.
were fighting. I was praying for him.
I was hoping to. Well, that's why I say I use you all the time. Anybody
I'm
who's
glad.
diagnosed, I'm like, you got to go to this place, but you got to have faith in it.
Yeah.
Or you have to believe, as you said.
And you know.
You have to
You
know
have to
that it's going to
know.
work.
I mean, hey, look, whatever it takes to get to Sanoviv, if you just believe this is once you get there, you'll know.
Yeah.
You don't even, you'll fucking know. The minute you walk through those gates, you're just like, I feel safe here.
Yeah.
This is going to be okay.
I know. And I've never been there. I've looked
Yeah.
at pictures. I've listened to you. Just for people who don't know anything, I go back and forth with everybody over what I call my walkie-talkie. And the minute someone gets diagnosed, and I barely knew Tana at this point, and I'd be like, yo, can you explain blah, 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 blah. And then we go back and forth with these extremely long voice texts.
Extremely long.
We drive each other probably bananas, but now we can read them, thank God.
No, the thing that it's shameful. So you feel this shame, like, God, I just talked for 4 fucking minutes. And then she's like, well, I'm going to top that with a 7-minute, so no, you don't drive me bananas.
We need to publish them. We need to publish voice
Maybe
notes.
we should.
Just an audio, like disc. We'll bring back the CD and the vinyl.
Right.
Or maybe we'll make an 8-track, although we have no one will be able to play that. We'll bring back vinyls and we'll just publish voice notes on fucking vinyl.
There would be some funny shit on there.
It's like letters. To
right.
me, it's like
and
letters.
Mixtapes and
Yeah. Letters.
It's the
between
real.
people.
The real is good,
Yes,
right?
and there's so much information in there. I mean, if people could just hear our voice notes that we're going through a first-time cancer diagnosis,
the nuance.
They might be able to really feel comforted in a weird way hearing the conversations, because these are conversations being had nonstop all over the world, and right now they're happening every 2 minutes.
Lightning speed.
Yeah, it is. We'll get into the rise of cancer and why we think everybody and why you think that you had cancer, but back to the melanoma.
Just to summarize melanoma, I got depressed. And then I got pissed off because it was ruining my relationship with my child. I didn't want her to see how depressed I was. So I was thinking I was doing good and having her busy all the time. And in that, she, I think, felt that I didn't want her around.
Oh no.
And it broke my heart once I figured it out. I was just like, this is bullshit. There's no end in sight. I was like a snake shedding skin. I have so many scars on my torso and all over. It's like a little map. I always joked about that. I wonder what this fucking map is going to lead to,
That's your medical map.
Yeah. Yeah. So you feel the pain of that. I see it in your eyes.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I am. Yes. Yeah. The kids, everything. I mean, that's
don't fuck with me and my kid, and when you're there, you don't know. You think you know what to do. You're trying to find your way through it and maybe think you're protecting them. But I think keeping them close is the answer. They deserve, what are you sheltering them from? If you don't keep them close, obviously you don't want them in fear all the time. You have to give them a break now and then. And that's another part of the process of dealing with any kind of illness. You have to remember to keep joy in your life or you're never going to get out of the darkness. If you don't keep joy first and foremost, and that's easier said than done, but trust me, you'll get fucking bored of the drama.
Oh yeah.
And then one day your spirit will pop through and be like, I need to dance. I need to laugh. I need to rip it up right now. I need to go ride my fucking motorcycle and do a wheelie or something. this can't be life. Like, this can't be it. Is sorrow after stress after fear. So I got pissed off at the process and not finding any resolution to it. And I was like, how can I be a participant in this? Like, what am I not doing? What am I missing? And I started mad researching documentaries and anything I could find put my hands on. And I think I've stolen the words of Chris Carr. Sorry, Chris. I'm standing on your shoulders here. I believe it was her words that were, how can I be a participant in my wellness and not a victim of my illness? And I was a victim of my illness. I was in the fear. I was in the depression. It was consuming, and it was ruining my home life. And like my partner, we didn't live together yet, and he would literally come and bang on the door and bring me, food and movies and just sit in my depression with me and be like, yo, I'm like, where are you going? Like, what? Come on,
Were you locked into the medical world at that point with melanoma? Like, only?
Nothing. What do you mean?
Like, were you only trusting, or had you not well, I know you started researching at that point once you got
I didn't know
to your
shit.
tipping point, but
I
you didn't know
anything about cancer, melanoma, nothing.
So you were just trusting the medical doctors, the skin doctors, and nothing.
That's how you feel, right? You're like, this is bigger than me. You study this shit. Please get me through it.
Yeah.
That's how it feels when you're diagnosed with something. Like, okay. And I knew enough, and I highly recommend others tap into this. Trust your gut when you sit in a room with somebody who's going to give you medical advice. If your skin crawls a little bit, if you start yawning, if your body tells you things about your comfort level, and if you're where you're supposed to be or not, and listen to that, and don't be afraid to say, okay, thank you. Walk out of that room and go find where you are comfortable, because that's where you're going to find your way. You're not going to find it in a room with somebody you don't trust, and that stresses you out even further than where you're at. You can do that on your own. You're sitting there Googling and you're, going down the rabbit holes, but
it's resonance.
Don't miss out on your own self-connection in the process, because this is my big purpose now, is to remind people our bodies want to heal, and our bodies are giving us signs all day long, every day, about everything. And we're numbed out from it. We're not connected to the earth enough. We're not connected to our circadian rhythms. Those are the things, like our cell phones have chargers. Our human charge is the earth. That's how you get back to your center every fucking time. It's the only way. That's it. And
How do you feel about the sun?
I love the sun. I think I have an umbilical relationship with the sun now, even after having melanoma. It wasn't it wasn't the sun that caused melanoma. It was fucking sunscreens. It was shit like that.
Damn it.
Yeah. It's crazy.
I'm aware, but still I have to say, damn it.
Yeah. No,
I don't use sunscreen either. I never do.
How much shit is like just slapped in our faces, like, ha ha ha.
So you really do think that? You do think that your melanoma was from the overuse of sunscreen?
Absolutely. Or baby oil. Like, lack of proper
baby oil
conditioning, skin conditioning, I would call it, because what I've learned since then that works for me, and I really only found my way with sort of a sunscreen intention just recently when I was in Costa Rica for so long. It's conditioning your skin through healthy oils. So like I would use coconut oil, like clean coconut oil. Keep your skin, like think about leather and chaps or boots. You condition it with oil,
nice,
right?
Nice, Tana.
Right?
Leather
I
chaps.
know.
You fucking chaps, of
We're
course.
I know, leather, like our face.
Chaps. Well, no, I'm talking about your biker lifestyle.
You know how oil, once you hit like 45, you have to start using oils on your skin.
I mean,
because of the
I'm
wrinkles.
like a fucking lizard.
Do you use oil though? Did you make that switch in your life where you found out oil was your friend and not your enemy?
Well, I like this stuff called go to Kala. Wait, sea
Little product
buckthorn.
placement here.
Sea
buckthorn. Yeah.
sea buckhorn, thorn. I don't know. It's one of
I
those.
think it's
and,
horn.
And go to Kala. Do you know who? I'm sure everybody knows who this guy is on the internet by now.
Probably not
on
me.
Instagram. His name is. Oh fuck! I'm gonna forget everything. What I need is some brain food. I need oils to
You need
oil
an avocado
to oil this
yeah.
brain right now.
Avocado and walnuts and blueberries.
What's his name? It's gonna drive me crazy. I think he's Indian. I can't remember. Anyway,
He's a
yes.
skincare guy?
No, he's an everything guy.
Oh.
And everyone that I know that I follow follows him too. And I'm like, oh, everybody's on this shit. He's fantastic.
It's not coming to me.
Oh,
we'll
man.
figure it out.
It starts with an M. Sorry. Mira Herbals. Mira Herbals, I think. I could be wrong. I'll put it in the bottom of this today. But those oils are great. So now I'm using frankincense on my face.
Yeah, I'm a frankincense fanatic.
I never have.
I
It's
use
new.
it all over my body.
Alchemy Code has great oils too.
I don't
hope
know
that they're
them.
sourced well and pure. But I have a hard time trusting anything now because of the intense amount of just nanoplastics, metals, everything that's in the environment that's falling out of the airplanes. Everybody that's listening to me knows that that's all I talk about. Whatever's falling out of the airplanes is my mission on Earth to fucking eliminate.
I'm with you on that. It's a real fucked up situation.
Yeah. We got a big win today, though, which not today, this week, even though this episode will be later, is that Dane Wigington, I'm just going to say this, even though we're talking about something totally different, but he's the #1 geoengineering guy that's been talking about this stuff for years. And Tucker Carlson just had him on. I interviewed him for the first episode of this podcast, which is why I launched the podcast, was just to talk to Dane.
Wow.
And he was like, I'm trying to get this interview with Tucker and we'll see where it goes. I don't want to leave my property, but I need to go there to do it. But I don't know how we're going to do it because I think Tucker was like an in-person thing and it just came out and they actually did it. And now I feel hopeful that more people will become aware and not believe that it's a conspiracy theory anymore and start to understand that it's a conspiracy against us. Because I think a lot of the cancers that are on the rise and the Alzheimer's and the autism, I know we point a lot of fingers towards the vaccines and the food and all that stuff, but I think that we're missing a huge part of the picture, and I think that's it.
It's collective. I mean, we're bombarded, and that's the point. It's in the air, it's in the food, it's in everything. Did you see, by any chance, the clip I sent you yesterday about the guy who tested? I didn't do any research. It just came to me because my algorithm for my podcast is all wellness and.
What's the name of your podcast again? Say it one more time.
The Art of Human Maintenance.
Yes. Okay.
The guy was talking to a priest and he measured heavy metals in his system before he went into an infrared sauna.
That was insane.
You did see it?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my God. And right after I watched it, say it again, finish it. And then I'll tell you what I said to Robbie after.
He measured heavy metals in his system. They did, they tested his sweat basically to see where he was at. And he was at like 280 something.
On a day where they weren't spraying.
Yes. The next day he was outside when they were spraying and he went into the infrared sauna. They collected his sweat. They tested it. It was over 2,000, like almost 3,000.
It's insane.
In that one fucking day.
So
from being outside in this. Anyway.
I looked at Robbie and
so
I
we're
said,
just bombarded.
Dude, we're getting a sauna tomorrow.
Oh, it's the biggest. It's something I can vouch for. That's been before I was stage 4 with lymphoma. When I was originally diagnosed, I was only stage 2. And that's how I maintained stage 2 was through infrared sauna, high dose vitamin C IVs, and like a rebounder, and juicing. That's it.
That was the melanoma.
No,
that was after the melanoma.
Yeah, lymphoma came in 2017.
So after melanoma.
So
you
melanoma
were defeated with
is
melanoma. You were in the Western world 100%, following their protocol.
Had a surgery.
And they cleared you topically all over your body, cutting margins
They
into
just kept,
you.
so they told me I was going to have to do chemo and radiation, or chemo. I don't know if it was radiation as well. And I believed them, and I didn't know any better. And so after the surgery, I recovered, went to the doctor the day I thought that I was starting chemo, and he sat me down at his desk and said, he talked to me for like an hour. It was very bizarre about skin cancer and what his theory was on skin cancer, just going on and on and on. And I'm like, when are we going to get on with this? Like, what's going on? And then at the end, he's like, but I don't have to see you again because we got clean margins. You're free to go. So I escaped chemo, like narrowly. I thought I was about to do it. And this was in 2004. And then I went through the depression, then I got mad and
So it was
angry.
after. It was after. That's
This
when you
is
got
the
mad.
melanoma. Yeah. So I went through that year of being cut every 3 weeks. All of that got depressed. My daughter and I were getting, our relationship was affected. Then I got pissed off. And that's when I started digging for information. And that's when I found juicing. And I am the Gerson, I don't know how they say it, Gerson. There's something out there that's been around forever called the Gerson theory, and it's healing cancer through juicing. And the first thing that it heals is skin cancer. And I was like, well,
Wow.
someone else can do this. I can do this. I can drink a fucking juice. And so I juiced my face off. I would I did all this research, Chris Carr, Crazy Sexy Cancer. I researched through her so the Gerson theory is, it's elderly. Like it's the only footage you see is like your grandma and grandpa, because cancer used to be an elderly game. It's not anymore. And Chris Carr was great because she was relatable for my age. So I got kind of into her whole thing, and she was stage 4, but it was all through her body, all through her major organs. So they couldn't do anything for her. They were like, you're fucked. See you later. And she was like, oh, and found her way through it through juicing.
Wow.
And I was like, if they can do that, I can do that. So I started, and I learned about like juicing alkaline predominantly because cancer can't live in an alkaline system, So juicing, after that, I haven't been cut since then.
Okay.
That
So
was
that was
2005 that I found juicing. Juice, I would make big tanks of juice and carry it around with me and just drink it all day long. The most important thing about juicing, though, is get it first thing in the morning on an empty stomach and wait at least 20 minutes before you have any other food or anything in your body. Give that, it's medicine. Give it time to work.
Is it just fruits and vegetables, or is it anything else? Is it
just
only vegetables?
Organic. My magic potion was predominantly celery with green apple, lemon, ginger, and spinach. Green apple, lemon, ginger, spinach, and celery. It's like a green lemonade.
Yeah, Letty was blending that for us.
So the difference between a smoothie, which is blending, and a juice is
Fiber?
if your body is fighting anything major, it's tired, it's exhausted. So you want to take work away from your body. So the juice takes the fiber out, so your body doesn't have to work harder to process it, and you're getting more of the actual medicine, just straight medicine. Smoothies are still great, and fiber is still important, but you're going to be fine. You're going to get fiber with the juice too. And that's the other thing. I've been predominantly constipated my whole life. Juicing took that away immediately. It's anything that's systemic healing is going to attack any imbalance in your body. That's the beauty of it. You can't say, hey, juice, go fix my knee. It's going to fix everything on the way to your knee too, right? It's systemic healing. So I started just researching everything systemic healing and was like, give it to me, but you can overdo certain things. I had a incident where I accidentally I put too many dandelion greens in my juice.
Ooh,
and
those are
threw
strong.
me into a liver detox. Like I was in bed for 2 days, like throwing up and
Oh,
pooping and cold sweats and just like, yeah, it was insane.
So wait, why would you can overdo the dandelion on
Because
the,
it's powerful medicine.
you have to ease your way into the
Yeah,
dandelion.
you definitely go slow with the dandelion greens. Yeah,
that
in
stuff
that
is
way.
nasty.
You know, I think if you cook them, it's gentler on your system, but raw in juice,
Yeah.
it's intense.
Yeah, it's tough stuff.
So anyway, little sidebar on that. But so juicing, and then I was fine. No more cutting, no more melanomas. Like I developed the knowledge of my body. It's called mapping your body. And I could look at something and go, oh, maybe we should look at that one. And I'd go in like once a year and be like, hey, let's check out that mole. And my doctor eventually was like, yeah, you got it. You're on it. Even, you know, there was an incident where there was something he didn't agree that we needed to check. He was like, no, I think it's fine. I was like, no, I'd like to check it.
Oh, really?
And I was right.
And it was something.
Yeah, it was just on its way to melanoma. And he was like, wow, you're good. I'm like, I'm paying fucking attention, right?
I want to know why that's happening, though. Why that's happening to us. I mean, if it really, I mean, unless you think it's just overuse of sunscreen and then that.
It's all it's a combination of all the things. It's the only way I can summarize it. You can't pinpoint it to chemtrails alone or spraying the food alone. It's the combination of all of our evolution.
Every fucking doctor, aside from the kind of doctors that you and I are interested in, will say that it is 100% the sun. I cannot walk into a dermatologist's office
because
without
the
sun.
That keeps the big pharma in action. They literally, if you research it, I know you know this, that they used to have sun decks in hospitals and they would have patients healing in the sun. Yes.
I didn't know.
Yeah, look it up. It's like a thing. They would literally have patients out their beds outside in the sun. In other places, in Germany, in Japan, in all these more I'll just say gentle, like less idiotic, fucking ego-driven places, they still do. They send you out into the forest. In Greece, they tell you to get in the sea. Like if you have a cold or a this or a that, they're like, get out in nature.
Yeah.
I
mean, all the people on the equator, there's no cancer.
Yeah.
There's no, but
it's not a big mystery. Like we overthink it. It's real. The people think that the simple answer couldn't be true. And I'm guilty of that too. I've been, I've doubted things and I'm like, why am I doubting this? That's with the quantum healing that I was gifted. I was like, I believe in this shit. Let me believe in it 100%.
Yeah.
Let me know it. And so instead of going back to Sanoviv 6 months after I left, I accepted the gift of quantum healing in Malibu, and I haven't been back since. I've been back as a companion, not as a patient.
Well, tell us then about what happened when you got diagnosed with lymphoma.
So lymphoma was in 2017.
I mean, that must have been a mind fuck for you.
The mind fuck was that I went in a year prior because I had this like low burn in my armpit forever. Like there was just this heat in my armpit. And so I was convinced I had breast cancer. And I went to the doctor and they were like, no, you're fine. I was like, I'm not. Something's not right.
Did you do a mammogram?
Right. No, I've never done a mammogram.
Okay, yeah, I won't. I did it once and I couldn't believe what they did to me. And I said, fuck this shit, not doing this again.
I've been protected by angels. So I had the gift of a real, like old school medicine woman as a gynecologist in my 30s, 40s. And she told me your boobs are big. I have big boobs. I've had them since kindergarten.
Kindergarten?
Yeah, girl.
What the fuck?
They came quick. And she said they're dense and they're fibrous, so don't ever do a mammogram. Ever. Do an ultrasound. That's
Wow.
what she told me. And I was like, you don't need to tell me not to do a mammogram. Like, I didn't want to anyway. Like, great.
Yeah.
Thank you for that, because ultrasounds are so much gentler. She said, but you have to map your breast. So you have to know what's there to know what's different if anything different happens, right? So that self-check situation that we're all taught, it's real. Like, know your breasts. And I thank God for her. I'm sure she's not alive now, but she was such a gift to me. So I didn't have a mammogram. They did ultrasounds. I'd always demand it. I was also turned on to thermography a few years ago too, which is another way to check for breast cancer. But
Tell these people what that is.
so
For people who don't
thermography,
get breast exams.
yeah, thermography is a heat photography. So I think it originated in one of the wars where they would detect missiles through heat, through photography, like a heat sensor.
A missile is a good analogy.
But it's true. Yeah.
Yes, it's a good analogy.
It's a fucking missile coming for you.
Holy shit.
So with our bodies, you can detect cancer at the size of a pinhead with thermography. With mammograms and the other, whatever else technology, it takes 8 years. So the tumor grows over 8 years before they can detect it. Wow. So and then you get into a mammogram and you smash it, and now it spreads the cancerous cells. So you have future cancer. You won't know until later on. That's why there's all the reoccurrences of it. That's why biopsies are dangerous, as you know.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's your body trying to hold.
It's keeping you safe.
It's keeping you safe, and then we go in
tumor
there
is
and
not your
disrupt it.
enemy. The tumor is your sign that you need to do something. It's your body screaming for you to pay attention. It's not your enemy, it's your friend. And you don't want to explode it because now you're spreading all those cells. A tumor keeps those cells safe in one little spot so you can handle it.
Does radiation
and your
explode
body
tumors?
can also get rid of a tumor. It creates a tumor and it can get rid of a tumor. But you have to know, you have to go that route, right?
You have to know
you have to
that
know.
the way you're
you
going
have
to
to
do
believe
it is the
in
way.
it and go for it.
But what if you know that radiation and chemo are the answer? What if you
Then you'll
know?
probably be fine. I believe that too.
You do.
I do. I would say though that you're probably going to have future issues with other things like neuropathy or whatever. We're all such our own unique chemical soup that one thing doesn't affect everybody the same. So where for you it might be neuropathy, for someone else it might be brain fog forever, or it might be skin disease, whatever. I don't know. But
You've never had chemo or radiation?
never.
Even
No.
with stage 4 lymphoma?
Never. The harshest thing they did for me first was steroids to get the fluids under control, which fucking liberated and pissed me off so much, because every time I went to the emergency room to have my lungs drained from this fluid, all they would say is it's time to start chemo. That's your only option. Nobody offered steroids.
The steroids are a fucked up thing too, right?
Steroids sucked, but
They're
handled the job.
miraculous too sometimes.
Look, listen, all of this stuff is great in an emergency.
Yeah.
I think that but chemo, you can't convince me that that's the way to go. It's in my mind, you could do a million other things, but you have to have faith.
What do you think
all.
of immunotherapy now?
A lot. I mean,
Do you think? We're not doctors here.
no.
This is
I'm
educational.
speaking from experience.
This is
but I don't know anything.
I don't know
We'll say
anything
that.
either.
Yeah.
Because everybody's very touchy out there. I understand. You should be touchy. You should ask questions, lots of questions.
Stay
That's
curious.
what we're doing.
Stay
Always,
curious. That's why we
always.
both have these podcasts, is to inspire people to stay curious and be in charge of your own
And the other big thing too,
of your own
for me,
well-being. Yeah.
is not to politicize these issues anymore. I feel like if you talk to somebody about alternative ways of healing, you're automatically on some political spectrum that they don't want it, that they don't agree with. So they think that this isn't the way they should go.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, forget about that. This is about life. We're
Yeah.
about saving lives. No medical diagnosis or anything.
Politics doesn't belong in there.
No, doesn't
No.
belong in the sky spray. It doesn't belong in the cancer talks. Doesn't belong in medical freedom. It doesn't belong in any of it. But somehow they've managed to brainwash everybody into believing that in the last 3 to 4 years. But okay, so you've never done chemo. You've never done radiation. My brother had radiation on his brain. And I was listening to this doctor, Drew Seafred. Do you know who that guy is?
I know the name.
He's a professor. I think he's a scientist. He has a very direct message about, I think it's metabolic cancer as opposed to somatic. And then he's talking about glucose and glutamine, and those are his two big topics that he talks about within the cell. It's a very technical talk. I don't understand, but I came across it when I was researching the deuterium depletion that I was telling you about, which is a whole other topic that we could talk about later. And the only reason why I would ever bring it up and ask questions, because if it were me in this position, which I'm always praying every day that it's not going to be, but I always think about, I worry about plants lately. I worry about the fruit. I worry about all of it because of the geoengineering,
Chemicals.
because of glyphosate, because of all the pesticides out there. So everything makes me nervous now. So it's like, well, then what do we have left? You know? So the deuterium depleted water is something because the water is totally treated. And I think you even gave me a question for the lady, and I think I asked her for the doctor who deals with it.
Yeah.
We'll have to go back and watch that episode. That's the Dr. Petra Davilar episode. But back to the immunotherapy. Okay, so Dr. Seafred said that if you radiate a tumor, it's going to explode and cause cancer everywhere. So it seems like it's not much different than taking a biopsy of something or taking a mammogram and squashing a tumor. So that's a scary idea. But then some people swear by radiation. And I guess when something's so far gone, radiation and chemo do seem like a good fit. But there are all these amazing guys out there. Like there's this, I think his name is Dr. Campbell. I don't know that he treats people, but he has a YouTube channel. I'm obsessed with him. And he has all of these cancer doctors come on, like this Angus Danglish.
I know the name.
He's the guy, he's a little old man oncologist, and he talks about naltrexone being repurposed as a drug for cancer. This Dr. Campbell talks to all these doctors talking about fembendazole, which is the dog dewormer, but the human version of it is membendazole. I know you know all this stuff. So I'm wondering now, well, I have a bunch of questions for you since you are the patient and you know more than me, but you might even know more than certain doctors out there at this point.
I wouldn't claim that, but
well, I would sooner ask you for medical advice. This is not medical advice, once again.
Right.
But I would come to you in a situation like this before I would, before I might go to somebody at Harvard or, Duke or whatever. So did you take any of those pills at Sanoviv? Was that part of your protocol at all? Was yours, did they talk about it being parasitic? Because then there's all these discussions about cancer being, semi-parasitic, or at least these drugs work on tumors of that nature, that maybe some tumors are parasitic, maybe they're not. I mean, cancer seems like a parasite, clearly.
Everything is a parasite.
Yeah.
So the way that I personally see all these things, they're imbalances in your body, right?
Cuckoo clock, sorry. And every time it goes off, I have to disclaim it so that it's not some weird nuisance.
My grandma's here right now because she had a great cuckoo clock.
Do you know that Bama bought that for me in Switzerland for my birthday? And she carried it across Europe with her every day on her teenage trip across Europe, and that cuckoo clock means everything to
Yeah.
me, man.
I get it. I
And
get
she
it.
gave it to me on my birthday, and I followed her to Europe because I was afraid of her being there on her own with all the craziness in the world. Davos was also in session. I was like, fuck that. My child's not going to be on the devil's playground while Davos is in session. I think I talked about that on your podcast.
We did talk about
And
this.
she bought that little cuckoo clock and she carried
Because
it
you're
everywhere.
cuckoo following her across the world. Is my mic okay,
know.
honey?
Okay, so and then I also want to
so
know what you think about. I have a few things.
you're
but
probably
I'll
not
come
going to
back
like my
to 'em.
answers, though.
Oh no, I don't
Let
care.
me tell you a
I
little
have
bit.
no opinions
Well,
about it. I'm learning.
Let me tell you. So Sanoviv, their mission, first and foremost, is to amp your natural killer cells up, to amp your body up to do what it knows it can do. So getting into all those other things are not the focus. The focus is high dose vitamin C, the B17, the apricot seeds. They have an
Yes.
IV of that. They do chelation
Holy
IV,
shit,
which
an IV
pulls
of
heavy metals up. So they're pulling poisons out of your body while they're amping up all of your good shit. And then they feel if you need further intervention, like my friend that I was just there with thought that he needed chemo. And I learned so much. I'm so glad I was there for this because I am not the one to ever promote chemo. If you believe that's what's going to save you, then I say, yes, do it. Do what you know is going to, because it's on you. If you know in your gut that chemo is going to work for you, it's going to work for you. That's my theory. That's what I know. You have to get on board with something and go and give it your all. That's what I know.
Joe Dispenza.
That's
on me
what
right
I
now.
know. So Sanoviv, though, I like a gentler, kinder approach to everything. Maybe, and it's weird because I'm a biker, right?
Yeah, you're tough.
But I'm.
But you're a chick.
There's
At
a
the end of the day,
kindness and a
we're-
respect. Like we gotta. Why would you? I don't know. I feel like the other stuff is maybe for last ditch effort. I don't know. Western medicine, there's definitely a place for it. It saves lives. It's cool, but
especially being a biker,
but
if you break your fucking leg,
yes, 100%.
you're gonna need to go get that leg dealt with.
If you need something like that, 100%, but not disease. It doesn't cure disease. It treats disease. It doesn't cure it. You have to be on board to cure it. You have to do the work because our illnesses that are disease are created from emotional traumas in your life that you hold on to and you don't process. So something, a traumatic thing in your childhood or whatever, it comes back, and that's no joke. Like,
that's your dis-ease.
That's your dis-ease, 100%. It sounds corny as fuck. But
No, but I get it.
all that shit is
it.
real. Like it's so real and it's so gentle. It's right there.
Yeah.
Dis-ease, right?
Yes, totally.
There are words that are right in front of us that are telling us the answers that we're just laughing at or we're brushing them off because it seems woo-woo. Woo-woo all the way home, baby. I'm like, that shit works.
Well,
so
sometimes I think it's nothing but just dark energy attached to us
100%,
that's manifesting in disease. Like,
you have to process this stuff. We're energetic beings.
Yes.
And those things are energetic traumas that attach to you. And if you're not oxygenating your body through these things, get it, mama, then you're holding on to it for another day. And we don't need that. So Sanoviv focuses on mind, body, spirit, nutrition, massage, everything that our bodies thrive from. What they give you the things that make you stand taller, that make your body perform better, right? And then they'll add a surgery or a whatever. First and foremost is all the other shit. It's getting your body to work. You get there, they take this horse vial of 2 of them of your own blood, and they take that to their lab, which is right there. They have everything right there. And what they're doing is spinning your T cells and amping them up to fight, right? And in the meantime, while that's in the lab being beefed up, your body is being amped up too. And so they'll do the high dose vitamin, all of the IVs and things that I talked about, the massage, you have a psychologist, you have a nutritionist, you have non-toxic everything, head to toe, products, clothing. The grounds are immaculate. It's suggested that you go out and you earth and you sit in the grass or you walk the grass with your bare feet to get the earth charge. All of these things are part of it. You're on the ocean with this beautiful view. You're recharging. You have meditation. You have sound baths. You have all these things. You have a quiet room, which is quantum healing. It's all the Beamer and the Tesla machine and all these things. So that's first and foremost, is what does your body have? What can we stimulate to get you fucking moving again? And then we're going to intervene where you are lacking. So my friend that I went with recently was kind of fear-mongered a little bit, I think. He's dealing with colon cancer that spread to the liver. And he had seen a couple of oncologists locally. He was interviewing, which I'm proud of him for doing that. Like you have to find where, like I said, where you feel comfortable. So take the time. That's the thing about cancer that people don't understand. You have a minute. Take the time and find where you feel safe. Don't just take the first doctor because they say they're the best. They're all the best. I promise you. They all say they're the best. They all think they're the best. Everyone around them knows they're the best. They win awards, whatever. It doesn't mean it's the best for you. You have to align.
Yeah.
So he aligned finally with Sanoviv, went to Sanoviv. That doctor, which is my doctor too, Dr. Ortega, he said, let's do a low dose chemo in conjunction with everything that I did. All the stuff that amps up your own body, that what you already have in you, that God gave you. This is the brilliant part, the thing that I learned. And I wish anybody that feels chemo is their way, that they could do it this way. So what they did was amped his body up. They took his blood for the T cells, did all that, did all these IVs and whatnot. And they started the low dose chemo. They would do the days that he got the chemo IV, they would do a localized hyperthermia, which is where they would, it's this machine that focuses heat on wherever your tumor is, and it creates your body's own fever. So that fever combined with the chemo, the heat brings the chemo to that one spot because it's attracted to that heat. It fight. The next day, they take you into the full body hyperthermia. So it's like this big cozy bed that is a sauna. Essentially, your head is not in, the rest of your body's in, your head's out. There's a nurse that monitors your vitals and gives you electrolytes while you're in there, and you're sweating out all the chemo that your body didn't use the day before. It's fucking brilliant.
What the fuck? Who are these wizards?
Like, isn't that brilliant? I have chicken skin talking about it.
I'm like, I'm going to start to cry.
Yeah. So literally all of that abuse. Yes, honey, I know. Isn't it? It's brutal. All of the abuse that full dose chemo does to the good cells in your body is now being kicked out, and it's being pulled out by your own sweat. My friend said he could smell it.
Yeah.
He could smell it in his sweat when he was in there. And I could smell it when I was at one of the places I went to before finding Sanoviv. There was a section of the place where they did fractionated chemo, and I could smell it on every one of them. Yeah. It was gnarly. But so they do that. They alternate this. And within 3 weeks, they're able, the rhythm has been a 20% shrinkage. It's what it was for me. It's what it was for him as well. But we were both, I truly believe that we were prepped for a great experience because of the way we eat, because of the way we treat our bodies.
So he also eats healthily.
He does, yeah. He eats healthily too. So healthily just means good, clean food, whatever the fuck that is. Not processed. Definitely if you're eating meat, grass-fed, grass-raised, like no chemicals, no antibiotics, all of the shit that bogs you down. And all of that shit is why we're fighting it to begin with. But if you have to do chemo, like that's where you want to do chemo. So,
Yeah.
so the low dose is actually giving you the benefits of a high dose because of the heat. But then the stuff that your body didn't need is invited to leave the next day.
Unbelievable.
It's fucking brilliant.
It's unfucking believable.
And on top of that, you're being nourished the whole time.
Wow.
In every fucking way, you're getting reflexology, which, by the way, if you've never experienced reflexology,
I
that
love it.
shit is
I
the
do.
tits.
Can you do it to me right now? I'm just
Right?
kidding.
Yeah. My favorite. You have full body massages. You have manicures and pedicures, like anything to aid your body in
Pampered while you're going
feeling
through hell.
fucking good. And everyone is so gentle and kind. They're so loving. There's no cell phones allowed in the public areas, in the common areas, because they don't want anyone dealing with EMFs. You can't wear nail polish and makeup because there's chemicals in that.
I better not have to go.
It's just 3 weeks, honey. You can do it.
I don't know if I can do it.
So
I'm not
it's
getting it.
like
I'm
it's
not
a lot
getting
of
it.
detail. It's attention to detail, and it's. I mean, I can't even.
I mean, there's a kid down my street that is Bama's classmate has just been diagnosed with lymphoma. Is it non-Hodgkins? What are they called? That's what you have.
Non-Hodgkins lymphoma.
So that's the one that's curable. Is that right? Is that
I
a
think
thing?
they're all curable.
Where they
if
say, but there's one that they say is the
one's worse than the other. Yeah, non-Hodgkins is the one that's scarier.
very scary. I mean, I heard they're moving because they can't deal with the construction zone that's near us, where the kids' lungs and
Yeah.
like
And that's something I applaud that, because people believe that they're stuck in this one. Like, if you have a house, sell it. If you, whatever, like you have these things to live your life. So if you need to tap into them as a resource to get the help you need, fucking do it. Don't be afraid to shake the rug of your life to get what you need to survive, because otherwise, what's it all for? Right? And what quality of life are you living if you're caught up in that system? That's why chemo is not for me. I don't believe there's a quality of life there. And it just doesn't make sense to kill if you're already depleted in what your body does to keep you functioning. Why would you add something that further depletes your good cells? Why not try nature first, or something more gentle first to amp up what you already have? So all of that to say, when you said, I want to know what you think about this and this and this, I don't even pay attention to these things. I pay attention to anything that is systemic healing, because everything else is just noise to me. I applaud. There's such brilliant people coming up with incredible ideas, right? I love it. He smells Moon Trip.
He wants to kiss your feet.
He smells Moon Trip.
I thought you just called your dog Moon Chip.
Moon Trip.
Moon Trip.
That's my dog.
Moon Chip. I'm going to call him Moon Chip.
Moon Chip. Are you Moon Chip?
I love Moon Trip. That's such a good name.
Yeah, she's a good girl.
Oh, that is a good girl. You're a bad boy. You're a dirty old man.
Naughty.
Don't try to rub that wiener on her anywhere.
He's a naughty boy.
Don't you dare.
You're spicy.
Wow, he really is sniffing you out.
Yeah, she's a good.
Okay, I have more questions. Hold on, let's go.
Tell me.
My brother did not do chemo. They went the other route.
Radiation.
But I didn't think that the route that he went for would have been something that I would have done either, because I would have been too afraid.
Mm-hmm.
I'm afraid of a lot of things of that nature.
Well, you should be.
Why my vaccine stance was so hardcore, which is the reason why she might be doing this podcast to help people. I'm doing this podcast to save my house. I'm just kidding, guys. I want to help everybody. I think anybody who knows me knows that's probably why I was losing my house, because I'm always trying to take care of everybody. But anyways, so he did immunotherapy. And I know that there's all these different, like when you explain pulling out someone's plasma and spinning it and then feeding it back to them to prepare T cells for fight or whatever
that
it is.
lasts for 6 months.
The
They
plasma or
put
the
the T cell
injections?
therapy the benefit of it lasts for 6 months. So I didn't get to, so they wait to put it back into your body till the end of the 3 weeks. And then they send you on your way with a maintenance program, with a maintenance plan. And that because that T cell therapy works and works and works for 6 months, then they ask, come back for like a diagnostic in 6 months and another round of T cell therapy if you need it. Maybe you won't need it.
Wow.
When we were there recently, there were 2 people that left cancer free that had been going. I think one of them had gone back like 3 times, and I don't know the other one, but it's per person. It depends on how your body responds, right?
So they're going back
It's
to
fucking
Sanoviv.
magic.
It
Yeah.
really
So
is magic.
so you go, the second time you go, it's for 7 days, not 3 weeks. And
The
you
first
get
time you
get
go
the
is
first time you
7
go is 3
days.
weeks.
Oh,
First
it's
time.
3 weeks. Okay.
That's when they shrink things. They really give it, kind of their big heavy plan.
Yeah, I spoke to them. I did a whole intake with them for
Good.
my
With
brother
John?
before.
Did you talk to John? The guy
Bila. Bila.
that's John. Yeah.
Yes.
Great.
And he was awesome.
Yeah.
But then I don't think that any of my brother's records were uploaded. They decided to stay. And that's why I'm asking this question, is because they're all the way in New York. So that's an overwhelming, and everybody who I was trying to push it on, they were all in New York, people that had been diagnosed.
And they
that's
didn't want to go to
overwhelming.
Mexico?
Yeah, I think if they were here, it would have been less overwhelming. But when you're that sick, and
because
one
of
of
the
the girls
travel.
had what you have, I think. She was continuously draining her lungs.
Mhm.
It didn't seem like she was going to make it.
Yeah, that's what me too.
I think
Yeah.
you spoke to her also.
Oh.
She was the 9/11. She was always down at 9/11,
Oh,
helping,
yeah,
and then
yeah,
she
yeah.
developed lung cancer, I guess it was. But her lungs were just, I don't know if it was lung cancer, but her lungs were filling up
Yeah.
nonstop.
Yeah.
And then the family, I think they didn't want her. That was the girl who at that point, my mom had just died. And my mom had left a little bit of money. And I was like, I'll pay for you to go. I was just like, fuck it. I don't even know her that well, but I was
Yeah.
like, I'll pay for this person to go. I
Right.
felt like it was just something I had to
Yeah. Yeah.
do. But they opted to stay. They opted to stay in New York. I opted to go to Europe with that money that she.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm such an asshole, right? But she's better. She's okay, thank God,
Good.
because she believed possibly that what she was going to do was going to work. And I still, oh my God, the dog is noticing the alien mask for the first time. And look at his face.
He's really disturbed.
I wish
by
you
it.
guys could see.
He's gonna bark in a minute.
I think the mask is coming to life for
It's
him. This
okay,
mask has
buddy.
been in this house for years.
He's like, am I seeing
He's
this?
not feeling it. He knows.
Who is that?
That guy's
Who is it,
scary.
Papa?
Is he so scary, Blanky?
He's absolutely.
Are you guys all ready for the alien invasion? Tana, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you ready? I
Bring
mean, they're
it.
here already.
Bring
it's not
it.
really an invasion.
Can
They
we
just
be
might
friends?
make an appearance.
I just want to be friends. Like
Me too.
I'm here for the good, not evil. Let's go.
Yes. Did you see the mural as you walked in?
No, I missed it.
Oh boy.
Oh, I saw
This was
something
dark.
about it. Yeah, I want to see it.
It's my favorite thing in the world.
Wait, is it on this
OnlyFans
side? On the kitchen
people,
side?
No, it's on the other side.
That's why I
it's
missed
over
it.
there, and it's the Sacred Heart of Jesus with all these spaceships around it.
I can't wait to see it.
Because Jesus,
We'll have to talk about how that all went down because I just like was flipping through last night when we decided to do this today. It was like, well, let me catch up on what she's been doing. And was
have I been
looking-
talking about that stuff? I don't think so.
there was something, I think they were interviewing you and they were like, let's go do a mural. Like,
Oh
who
yeah,
was
that was
that?
OnlyFans. That was a
Oh,
little
it was? That's
OnlyFans
Only-
TV show.
see, I don't know shit.
Yeah,
I
they've been
don't
so
pay
good to me
attention.
over there when I was losing everything, and it was the only place where I could experience my medical freedom.
Are you still working with OnlyFans? or-
Yeah. I still have my page. You know, it's a fan page.
Yeah, that's
It's
awesome.
a fan page that I never post pictures of myself in bikinis and shit like most actors and people in Hollywood do. Not that anybody wants to see a
Everybody does.
50-year-old naked at this
Come on,
point.
boo-boo. Come back.
But I mean, I actually got naked this year and no one gave a fuck.
Did
So that's
you?
how much it's not working. But it was all about geoengineering. So that's why no one cared. I couldn't get anyone to touch it. as far as the story
Because
went.
you were talking about shit they didn't want to talk about? Is that what you mean?
Well, yeah. I mean, the OnlyFans thing was so fucking explosive when I was talking about and not getting vaccinated. It was, and at that point, they didn't really know why I joined it. So everybody was
People aren't
jumping
used
on
to
the story.
mission part of OnlyFans. Like
Well, once I
you're
started
bringing
talking
a
about
mission.
why I was
Yeah.
doing this and why I needed that kind of freedom and that it was a political statement, then it all just went away.
Okay.
You know, so I figured the only way to draw attention to geoengineering was to just get naked and start screaming about it because no one cared.
That's amazing.
But politically in my mind, I'm like, they're not going to care. They're not, even if I get naked, they're not going to care.
Yeah.
So that was the message.
Yeah.
And it was the message.
I mean, it's kind of the universe guiding, like redirecting you. Like you don't have to do that.
No, I don't really want to.
That's not
OnlyFans. I had to do it for a minute in time, but the page is still there.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I do have a lot of fans that talk about this stuff.
Right.
So I'm like, fuck it. So I'll go live and talk to them.
I think it's rad that you did what you had to do. I mean,
it doesn't matter.
I
Who
tip
cares?
my hat to you.
It's just another cancer in society, isn't it? Isn't that what they'd say about pornography these days? But my page is not really that. And chicks got to do what chicks got to do. So there's that.
I mean, I don't understand. We're sexual beings. Like, what the fuck is the big problem with sexual?
Everything's been demonized at this point.
Yeah.
And, you know, but then again, everything was an aberration also in the last few years. So
Yeah.
balance.
Yeah.
That's we have to get back to balance. And I think that's a huge word too when it comes to cancer. And I'll get back to my brother now
Yeah.
about what they suggested for him was radiation and immunotherapy. And it was not the kind of immunotherapy that you're talking about. Would that be called immunotherapy when they take your
Well, that's
cells?
why I was hesitant to really answer your question, because I think
There's
there's different definitions.
Yeah.
Like they border,
because
yes,
his immunotherapy.
they border the same thing, but there's chemical
Well, I'm
intervention.
going to call out
and
the
they're-
name of my brothers.
Yeah, do.
Yervoy and something else. I can't remember the other name.
So
Optivo.
it's a chemical. It's not.
When you read what it is, when you read the side effects, sudden death.
Yeah.
It's all of the things. It's all of the things that you don't want to know about, you know. And when you read the side effects of other things that are other alternatives to it, they don't have any of those side effects, which is scary. So I know that they were very concerned about him not being on any, like, you know, I put them in touch with different alternative
on,
cancer people. And I don't mean alternative cancer people in place of Western medicine. It was just supplemental.
Okay.
And for more opinions and more hand holding. Oh my goodness. I'm going to take a picture of you because you are the cutest puppy on the planet.
You want to be on the mic with me?
Oh my
Yeah.
God, you're so cute, Blanky. I love you.
He's
For
a
those of you that are
boy.
not watching and you're just listening, I'm fawning over my wizardly little Zorgie.
Get up
So
here.
cute.
You can be my pillow. Yeah.
So okay, yeah, they went for this thing. I watched him after the first day of having it. He was trying to be normal. So my brother ended up having a stroke from his brain tumor. His journey was so crazy. I told you it was a mucosal melanoma in his gums. It was a freckle in his gums.
A freckle, you guys.
A freckle, a tiny freckle on his gums. He was fine. I mean, Bonnie, my sister-in-law, who I don't even know how she's getting through her days. I don't even know how she was getting through her days while he was sick. Having him here was probably easier, even though he was debilitated, than having him gone. It's her lifelong partner. And they saw a freckle and they said, wow, it's a good thing we saw this. He was perfectly healthy. There was nothing wrong with him. And they said, we need to take out half your jaw. And they did. They took out half his jaw. And it was a huge surgery because his body was rejecting the grafting they did from his leg to rebuild his jaw. So that was 12 hours in surgery, and then another 12 hours because they had to go back in and take another graft from his arm. And I don't know what they were grafting. I don't know if it was vascular or they were rebuilding the left side of his mouth. His lung collapsed, but he made it out. And they were in search of all kinds of holistic protocols after that. He didn't want chemo. He didn't want radiation. Didn't want any of that stuff. A few months later, he's got a little lump on his neck. They biopsy it just to make sure it's fine. I wish I had known that they were about to biopsy that thing.
He would have done his own.
Maybe. And
Yeah. I'm sorry. Did he ever get a second opinion before going that route?
Because I was not very in touch. I'm not very in touch with my brothers back home, especially after my parents passed.
Okay.
So when
you didn't know.
Yeah, when everything started happening, it was like, I think we should all start
lightning
talking
speed.
again. We
Yeah.
all should be back in touch.
Oh, yeah.
We haven't been in touch. I'm not gonna, I'm an open fucking book about everything in my life. But so we were back in touch, and that was it. The minute they told me he was fucking sick, I was like, all right, what do we need? Can I send soups? Can I send this? Because he couldn't chew. Bonnie had to blend everything, and the kids,
Yeah.
and he's got 2 young kids. So it's just the whole fucking thing was chaos. But anyhow, when people are that far away, they don't want to hop on a plane and uproot themselves. They're uncomfortable. They're worried about, they want to be in something familiar.
Yeah.
So unless you're a fucking daredevil like you, but you already live here. Listen, if it were me in New York and I had a support system, I would go. That would be me. I'm different.
I don't think, personally, I think it's aligning with what you feel right with, and space isn't going to get in the way of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If it's not something you're dying for.
awareness. I think it's, do people know that people have such great experience there, or do they know it exists?
Well, I know what they were worried about.
You know,
they were worried about the fact that he needed more aggressive care, and they didn't want to be stuck in Mexico. Okay.
And that's
these
the
are
other
valid
thing. People
thoughts.
are afraid of Mexico in general. And if we would fucking change our system, these places could be here too.
True.
It's the
100%.
only reason they're in places like Mexico is because they're not legally allowed to be here, because they cure people.
There is a clinic called the Spiro Clinic that does a lot
Don't
of.
sue me.
Do they do? I know. We're not.
I'm just saying.
We're
It's
just
what I
saying.
heard. I don't know. What do I know?
We're just saying, but it wasn't so much the Mexico thing, because it's literally, and people should know this, it is a minute from San Diego.
Yeah.
Next to state-of-the-art hospitals, in case you think you might need that in an emergency.
But medical tourism is a huge thing now for everywhere. It's Portugal, it's everywhere. It's Switzerland, it's Germany. Like, these places exist all over the world. So find a friend that has a relative there, or go visit your long lost, whoever.
I've exhausted the camera. I'm even going to put more lipstick on.
Your lips look amazing. I've been sitting here going,
I need beef tallow.
How are they so hydrated? Is it beef tallow?
No, they're not. They're fucking dry as
No,
hell.
they look so hydrated. I'm
Really?
jealous. Mine are
no.
always like so dehydrated, like
Really?
cracked.
Did you want some beef tallow?
Yeah.
Did you want to touch this? Do you care?
No, I don't.
Do you care if you touch my fucking dirty?
Listen, are you
lips?
trying to warn me of something? I'll dip
I
in
put a
over
little
there.
dab of that on Blanky's butthole earlier.
Hey.
I used a different finger.
Lucky
animal.
Blanky.
This is the best beef tallow, by the way.
Which one is it?
It's Grassley. Grassley, I have a message for you right now. I actually wrote you guys when you guys launched, because I wanted to do a collab. I wanted you guys to make me a stick. I wanted to sell it on Ultrafree, a beef tallow chapstick, because I don't like sticking my fucking fingers in here. And you don't make small ones. You make a giant container of it. And I have to put it in here. The containers break. So, but I just ordered your vanilla lavender whipped one. I had to put it away. I'm just going to say that. I was meant to send it back to you. This is the original pressed
Don't mess
tallow.
with the original.
It is fucking godlike. Okay. That's all. That's my ad
The
for the day that I'm
plug.
not getting paid for. Anyhow,
The
back
plug.
to immunotherapy, people not wanting to travel. I just think that if people really truly understood the majesty of that place
Yeah.
and what they're doing there and the innovation and how they're open to all of the different modalities, and they would know how to incorporate them in a perfect balance and dance. Where I remember being with my brother in the rehab. They sent him to a rehab after for his stroke. So now, not only did he have a stroke from the brain tumor, now he's battling the fact that half his body's paralyzed. This is full fucking blown chaos.
And this is the quality of life I'm talking about. Like one thing leads to another, leads to another, it's a slippery slope in our system.
yes,
It's terrifying.
and they don't hold your hand. Through
No, they
this.
don't give a fuck. You're a
No.
number.
Yes.
Every time I had to go into the emergency room for something, I felt like why nobody cares. No, I literally felt like nobody gives a fuck about any one of us that's in here right now. We're literally just paying their bills. You feel it to your
Yeah.
core.
Well,
You
yes.
feel it, and it's a slippery slope.
and it's
And-
more expensive
It's
than Sanoviv.
100%. And think about, back to your point about travel, like you'll travel for leisure. Why wouldn't you travel for your body, for your wellness,
I
for your,
think
we're
the-
like locked into this little thing. And I get it, like comforts and all that, but
yeah.
do your research. That's all I can say. Here's the thing. Know what your ideal situation is. Dream big. This is your fucking life. Nothing else should be more important in that moment, because even your child, it doesn't matter if you're not here for it.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you're laying in a bed and your child is now watching you suffer for the last days of your life. Like, and the other thing is if you get a diagnosis and you decide, okay, that's it, I'm ready to die, do it your way. Don't do it in a hospital bed getting chopped and poked and prodded. Like, go live your best life and you may end up actually surviving it. Do you know
I
what I
know.
mean? Like,
I know.
stay ignited.
I mean, he just wanted to be on the water.
Can I tell you a quick story?
Yes.
Because you said that, I felt like that was like a God shot. Like, here's where that story comes in. I just interviewed a man named Dean Hall for my podcast, The Art of Human Maintenance.
Keep saying it over and over again.
The Art of Human Maintenance. He was diagnosed with a lymphoma. Like, he had hockey puck
That's what my brother
size
had.
glands, and under his, like, he said he looked like the Elephant Man. Like, he was completely disfigured and dying. And his oncologist was like, okay, you need to start chemo and da-da-da. And he was like, that's cool, but I have a life, like a bucket list thing that I want to do before I start all that. Because if I start all that, I might not be able to do this. And I have to have a purpose in life. And this is something I've always wanted to do. And what he wanted to do was swim the Willamette River in Oregon. And right. And his doctor was like, well, you could die doing it.
Oh
And he's
my
like, well, I could die either way. So I'm going to take 6 months and train and do this with, like, this is my choice and this is what I'm going to
With
do.
this thing.
With the thing. He did it. He trained, he swam, he broke a world record. He went back to start chemo, and there's not an ounce of cancer in his body. Nothing.
Oh, then
Look at my arm. It's like
wait a second. Where did
Not-
the tumors go?
into the water, into that cold.
It went down
into
from the water, the
nature,
cold
everything
water?
gone. Nothing, no cancer in
Are
his
there
body.
pictures of his neck?
He's all over the place. You'll
My brother's neck was on another level
I know,
of
I saw.
insanity.
Yeah. I'm just
Really?
saying that nature is our, like,
I should have thrown him in an ice cold
we're
fucking.
fucking miracles, dude. You just have to remember that miracles exist and you have to request them. You have to be a part of it. You have to believe in
Oh
miracles.
my God, he was begging for miracles and
Aw.
every day.
But fear got in the way, it sounds like, if I may. I don't know.
I don't know.
Fear is the opposite of knowing.
I don't know
right?
whose fear it was. I think that all of them, they were all afraid.
I'm
all of them, the
sure.
whole family. And it's definitely not, it's
Including
not one
you.
person's
Yeah.
decision. I wasn't afraid because these were not my choices.
Yeah.
I was afraid for him. I was afraid to
That's
see him
what I
in
mean.
pain.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I was afraid to watch his family experience his pain and to watch his daughter take care of him. I will start to cry when I think about that. When I think about how, first of all, she looks just like me, and my brother looks just like my father.
That's cool.
So I think about the two of us, me
Yeah.
and my dad.
Symbolic.
You know, it was just, oh my God. So anyway,
It's
I
a
wish I could
lot.
have
It's
helped
a
him.
lot.
I
And
couldn't.
what works for one man might not necessarily work for another. We know that. But yeah, it's a lot. I know my daughter was my companion for the first week I was at
I remember
Sanoviv.
you told me that.
And after the first week, I asked her to leave because she saw that I was doing good. I'm like, please take a break from me right now. Go be with your, friends in your life and let me do this.
How
I'm
old was
safe.
she?
This was 2 years ago. She's
You were-
33
wait,
now.
You were only at Sanoviv 2 years ago?
Yeah. 2.5 years ago.
That's I am really having a very strange experience with timelines. That seems like a long
There's a lot
time.
going on in the
Oh,
world.
that seems like that was a long time ago.
Mm-mm.
2 years ago.
Well, 2023. So what is this? So almost 3 years. Yeah.
So she was how old? She was
30. She's 33 now. So 30.
okay. So she was
31.
older. All right.
Yeah. But
Wow.
I was like, she was at my side through everything. She left her life to be with me. She's in New Orleans and she left everything to be with me and held my hand and just
No.
she was the unconditional love that I needed,
Yes.
right? And trusted me the whole way. And once we got to Sanoviv, within 15, 20 minutes, I was feeling relief. I was like immediately feeling relief. They turned my blood work around within 1 week and that she saw that, she witnessed that. And so she was comfortable leaving at that time. And my other friend came in and joined me for the last 2 weeks. And her name is Anto. Shout out to Anto. She's a Lakota medicine woman. So there was a whole special thing there too.
Nice.
It's like she wanted to be a part of that. She's the one who turned me on to the place. So
really?
she knew, she marched in there and was like,
Wow.
okay, I'm going to make sure you have the best Sanoviv experience you could have.
Was she there too?
She was there
Another
for
time?
cancer too. Yeah. When we both left, so they turned me around so quickly. So when you have a mandatory companion, they cannot be there for treatment. They have to be there for you, right? It's mandatory. You can also be a companion that's not mandatory and you can have massages and do, whatever you want. She also had cancer. And so she was about to start another round of therapy for herself. She had been 2 times before doing all the things, the T-cell therapy and all the things. And she was back for a maintenance. And she was like, let me come early for mine and I'll be your companion for the last 2 weeks.
Wow.
Then I'll finish my week and I'll go on my way. Well, I was doing so well but after the first week that she didn't have to be my companion. She could do her own treatment at the same time I was doing mine. Although she managed both, she did check in on me and made sure I was, okay, whatever. But she was my companion in my room, whatever. She did her next round of T-cell therapy. She left there 98% cancer-free.
Wow.
It was a whole big fucking win,
That sounds like the Club Med of cancer treatments.
Yeah, it is. Sorry, I didn't mean to go back to we were talking about your brother. But
No. Well, that's the thing is with all of it. If it were normalized and if these kind of places were all over the place,
yeah,
we would have no cancer
yeah.
industry. It's a really great industry.
We'd have an actual
keep people
health
sick.
industry. We would have a wellness
Yeah.
industry. We don't have a wellness industry. We have a sick care industry.
Yeah.
And it's just sick care. It's not curing. It's not wellness.
And everyone's afraid of
sickness.
all of these modalities. When you were talking about the blood work, I was thinking about my brother too, and his liver enzymes were so high because of what they were giving him that they convinced my family that he shouldn't be on ivermectin and fenbendazole.
Right.
But you know,
'Cause
he was
it'll
also on steroids and Tylenol for the pain. I mean, the pain in his head and the pain from this
only
thing.
imagine.
It was insane to watch him at night in the rehab. And all I could think at night when he was in that rehab was, man, I wish you were looking at the ocean at Sanoviv,
Yeah.
because these fluorescent lights on top of you, nobody's coming to see you in this room. You're in a rehab for a stroke. They're not even dealing with your cancer anymore. And you're in pain for your cancer. So from the
Left
brain
alone with your
tumor.
own thoughts and shitty
Yeah,
food
he was
and
eating they were bringing him pop brownies. He was just going his sugars were spiking, I'm sure, from, I
Mhm.
mean, I'm sure all that, glucose was probably not the best fucking thing. And, I don't know if they put you in any kind of ketosis when you were over there, or at least
No,
trying to keep you on a special diet.
they promote a Mediterranean diet and they feed you like it's all organics. They grow a lot of it on their own property. But they're not afraid of meat. There was chicken and eggs and things like that. And, that's up to you whether you tell your nutritionist what your, you know, food preferences are, and then they guide you from there as far as, well, maybe we won't have this, and everything's, it's delicious, but it's a little more bland. Not as bland as you might think.
We were like,
And they teach you how to do these things too.
how to cook for yourself
They have
after.
little sessions like
Right.
at the lunch, session. They'll have like a demo, how to make your fresh
Boiled
cacao
carrots. How to boil
whatever.
carrots. Oh, don't tell that to the Italians. We need chicken cutlet parm over here. It's
Give
probably
us
when my
the
poor
good
brother got
shit.
sick. He eats like an animal. But because, in there, I think he was like, I'm dying. I'm going to eat everything I want.
Yeah.
So he was eating just
At least he did that his
pancakes and
way.
steaks, and until he suddenly couldn't. Then dysphagia started to set in.
Yeah.
And I think that tumor must have been, getting in there, and he couldn't swallow anymore. And it was
I'm
just,
happy to hear he did that his way though.
yes.
That's one thing he was in charge of, right?
I
Like
know. I wanted to take,
he
I so
enjoyed-
badly wanted to be like, all right, no more food. We're taking this stuff now. Like, I wanted to run things, but I couldn't. I just went there and I hung
Yeah.
out and told stories and looked at old pictures, and
Yeah.
I did whatever. And I made my suggestions, and I said, these are the things that I have heard work. And if you guys are interested, cool. And if not, that's cool too, but I'm coming to hang out.
Yeah.
And that was all I could do.
That's a
in
big
that
gift
situation.
right there, is just be there and,
But I want the rest of the world, I want everyone else to understand that there's so many other ways.
modalities.
And I think the key word for everything always is, you said, if it doesn't resonate. I think resonance is a huge thing, and balance. I don't think people listen to themselves as
No.
much as they should. I think they're not in tune with themselves, or
And it's not their fault. Here's the thing to help elevate bring a little levity to this. None of this is our fault.
no.
We didn't ask for all this fucking shit.
No.
We didn't ask for any. It's not because you eat too many French fries. The French fries of our parents' era didn't have 50 different ingredients involved. They were 3 things or 2 things, salt and potatoes, or you know what I mean?
They were delicious.
It
A
was
nice soggy
you can eat
McDonald's
it,
French
but
fry.
We didn't ask for this shit, and it's not your fault. So just understand that, but also, like you were just saying, understand that people all over the world are healing from cancer in different ways
Yeah.
that have nothing to do with chemo and radiation. Nothing. Frankincense oil. There's a woman in Germany that healed a brain tumor from frankincense oil.
Should I drink it tonight?
That's when I started pouring it all over. I was
Wait,
just like,
how?
she would hold it to the roof of her mouth, and with
Really?
intention and knowing, she fucking did it. Like, you have
What are
to.
the properties
Here's the
of
thing
frankincense?
about everything. Say your friend wants you to fly to New York tomorrow, and you don't want to. You just don't want to. Maybe next week you would want to, but tomorrow you don't. But she wants you tomorrow. if you align, if you take a minute and find an energetic alignment to this trip, anything that you can be on board with instead of opposition to,
Yeah.
it's going to pay off in great dividends. Like that's how everything is. We're energetic beings.
Yeah.
So whatever you fucking choose, get on board with it. You know, you have to align, and it takes getting quiet sometimes. When you get quiet, the answers get loud.
Yeah.
We're
Perspective.
blocked. We're blocked from all this shit with the EMFs. So we're
Yeah.
bombarded with distractions from who we are, what we're capable of doing. We're not taught to look inward. We're taught that organic is bullshit. And then those of us that seek higher, like clean, not higher. It's not about higher or lower. It's about food. Like just let food be food. Like you should have to pay more to have more put in food. Stripped down real food shouldn't cost more.
Yeah.
Like it should be the other way around. If you're adding shit to it, then whatever. Give us just real food. That's the goal. It's not about, no, I'm a bougie organic bitch. It's like, no, I'm a fucking human being that needs to or like energetically align with this food that God fucking made for this purpose, to fuel our species, right? So you can get caught up in all these biohacking things too. And a lot of it is
Can you
just
explain that?
bullshit.
Explain the biohacking
So
stuff.
biohacking
And is that what you're
I mean,
for or against?
no,
it?
I'm totally for it to an extent. So I've been doing this now essentially since 2004 because juicing, right, with melanoma is where I really started kind of digging in deeper and looking for a different way of doing things. Now there's this term biohacking, which I totally dig. I get I love the intention of it. The intention is that you are taking charge of your well-being. You're becoming your own doctor in a sense. And all that means is like you're seeking different ways to do things that you know are better than what's being offered. But it's taken on, as everything does, a whole new life where it's gotten a little carried away with things. In my opinion, you don't need red light therapy if you're in the sun. The sun is your red light therapy. If you're living in a place where you don't get sun all the time, you need red light therapy. So you have to make sense of it all. You have to, don't just like, my opinion is don't just go after whatever is there and spend thousands. You're overdoing it. You're overthinking it. Get back to the basics. Be in nature, be in nature, be in nature, be in nature. That's the first thing.
Yeah.
Be in nature in every fucking way. Put your feet, if the ground is wet from rain, go out and stomp in the mud puddles because that's the fastest way to charge your body through your bare feet, right? Literally go sit next to a tree. If you don't want to hug it, lean on it.
I want to hug it.
I want to hug it.
But I don't want to be in that fucking puddle after that chemtrail rain. I'll tell you that right now.
But you need, look, the earth,
I agree with you.
earth can
I love
filter
moss.
though. The earth can filter. So that's better than not. If this is where you choose to live,
yeah,
you can monitor when you see them spraying and shit.
That's all I do all day.
Exactly. But we can obsess on shit till we're blue in the face. And then you get lost in this rabbit hole where the answer is really kind of right in front of you. Like, don't overthink things. I definitely think infrared saunas are one of the most powerful tool that you could use because it's kind of like the theory of hyperthermia where it creates your body's own little fever. And that is your way of fighting off shit that's not supposed to be in there. So you sweat differently in an infrared sauna versus a steam sauna or a dry sauna. Infrared targets shit like that and it pulls it out at a lower temperature. Do
you have one?
I used to. I had to sell it to save my life. Isn't that funny?
Oh my God. How much
during
do they?
COVID,
I heard they're not expensive.
I bought the Big Daddy. So
what's the Big Daddy? Tell me the name of it. I want to know right now.
Before COVID,
I'm gonna put the whole family in there.
Right?
You're gonna come over and sauna
why.
with me.
That's why. Okay, so before COVID, I told you I was infrared sauna, high dose vitamin C IV, juicing, organic food. Like that was what, and a rebounder, a trampoline, because it keeps your fluids moving. Your
Trampoline.
a trampoline. So
you were
there's
jumping on the trampoline.
I have one right next to my bed. Like you don't even have to leave the ground. You can just bounce, and that gets your lymphatics moving. It's brilliant. Everyone should
Do
have
you
one.
like that thing
At
that you that
Sanoviv, they
just
have
shakes?
one in every room. They have a rebounder in every room.
Is it just called a rebounder, or
Well,
do
that's
I
a
look up
brand.
trampoline?
Mini trampoline.
I'm getting one
Rebounder, mini
tonight.
trampoline. I think rebounder was the
I
first
can't wait to
brand.
jump around.
Girl, it's fun. It brings joy. You feel light. You feel playful. It's fun.
Can't wait.
It's fun. I would even take
Okay.
it on like when my group, A Quest Called Tribe, we would have events. I would bring the rebounder for people to jump on, and we would do photo shoots of them in the air and like just silly shit, right? But it's health and wellness, right? Anyway, the sauna was so important to me. I would pay $30 a pop and go to one all the time. Then COVID hit, and I was like, I can't go to my sauna anymore. I have to buy one. And magically at the same time, I came into a chunk of money, my daughter and we split it. And she bought a car and I bought a sauna. And I went for the Mac Daddy, which means it had a lounge chair in it.
Oh.
Because I knew I was going to be in it an hour a day. And then I could invite friends to be in it too.
You
so
sit in there for a whole hour, or you break it up?
Not everybody does. And you don't have to
That's a
sit in
long
for an
time.
hour. I just enjoy it. I'm weird.
It's a lot of
I
sweating.
enjoyed it.
Is it dry?
No, yeah, it's dry, but you're
very
not.
dry?
You're sweating. It's like an effortless sweat. Have you never sat in an infrared sauna?
I don't know if I've been in an infrared one.
You would know if you had.
I lay on an infrared pad.
Oh, good. That's great.
Yeah, I don't know if it's.
But if you want to detox, get in an infrared sauna, and yes, you should buy one. 100%. Everyone should have one.
Which brand do you like?
The one that I had was Clear Light. I think Jacuzzi bought them, so it's Clear Light Jacuzzi or something.
And
but
it has how big
it doesn't
is
matter. Just research what you want, but go for like cedar, not
Cedar. I love cedar.
I forget what the other ones are, but go for cedar because cedar is antimicrobial, like all of that, right? Cedar is the best way to go. There's little things to look into, but I spent $10,000 on that one.
Oh, that's a lot.
They're not
that's
that much.
a lot of money,
That's-
Tana.
Yeah. So
That's
but then later,
expensive.
so then COVID, I got 4 times, and that's what took me to stage 4.
You got COVID 4 times?
That's what took
The
me to
fuck?
stage 4 cancer. And to reclaim my life, I had to sell my sauna. I had to sell motors, like everything.
You had COVID 4 times and then you got lymphoma?
No, I had lymphoma since 2017, remember?
Okay.
And then COVID came around in 2019. Yeah, 2019 was the...
Okay.
It's time for
I got
you
the
to
timelines
eat.
confused. So 2004 is melanoma.
Melanoma.
2017 is lymphoma. And then by 2019, you were managing it.
From 2017 to 2019.
When did you go to Sanoviv?
No. From 2017 to 22, 23, I was managing it on my own.
You were doing it by yourself.
Yes.
So
with
you went to
infrared
Sanoviv
sauna.
later.
Then COVID, I had gotten COVID 4 times, which wiped out what little immune system I had. And that's when I went to Sanoviv after that. So
you were managing the lymphoma by yourself for how many years?
From 17 to 22, 23.
So when you got diagnosed with lymphoma, did they want you to have chemo or radiation or
Right
to
away.
cut your lymph node?
Yeah, all of it. They wanted all of it.
And
I
how
said
did you
no.
manage the medical community and getting your testing done and going to your doctors because they get pissed?
It's a great question, and they were pissed. So I was lucky enough to have found an oncologist that I arm wrestled with him for a minute. He was like, no, you're young, you can beat this, do it now. Do the chemo now, do this now. And I was like, I'm not afraid of this. I know what I need to do, and I'm going to do it my way first. If you can't get on board with that, I'll find someone who can. And he was like, you're crazy. And I'm like, probably, yeah, but that's not what we're talking about. Like, I haven't, like, I'm not new. I had melanoma. I know what I can do. And thank God I had melanoma, because I wouldn't have had that approach. I would have been in fear and whatever. So I said, give me homework. What do I need to do? He's like, first you need to get your iron up. You're severely anemic. I was gray. My skin was gray. I was so anemic. And
were you still juicing?
No,
Or
I
you
had, that's the thing. I didn't keep juicing as a way of life. I used it to
as medicine,
as a, here and there. If I had kept it as a way of life, maybe I wouldn't have gotten it. I don't know. But that's what I told. He said, you need to get your iron up first. And I was like, great. The next week I got on the road to Sturgis with my group.
You maniac.
And but you got to do what gives you
can
joy,
we holler
right?
out the name of your group?
A Quest Called Tribe.
Say it again.
A Quest Called Tribe.
Okay, because I was being loud. I can hear my son being loud, by the way, now too.
Oh, are they here? They've been quiet the whole time.
They've been told to be quiet, but he's definitely yelling at somebody upstairs over
he's your
fucking
baby.
video games.
He's your baby. He's gonna yell at somebody.
He's yelling at someone with that little Italian temper.
So cute.
Okay, so you went to Sturgis.
So I got on the road, basically is the point. I got on the road with these women that make me very happy. And I had all of my supplements in my tank bag. There's a bag that you put on your tank every time I stopped.
I don't even drive
gas,
a car. This is amazing to me that you can operate any machinery. Continue.
Every time I would stop to get gas, I would take my supplements and build my iron up. I came back a month later from that trip, and he was like, what the fuck? You're like Wonder Woman? Like, he changed his whole approach with me, and he was like, okay, we'll do it your way. We'll do it your way. And I was like, great. What else?
You're lucky.
He said, what do you want to do? I said, I want to just check in every now and then. Let me do it my way. And I would juice and do all the things that I know, the sauna and all the things I just talked about. And it was great. It was every time I went in, he was like, wow. I was like, you don't know about nutrition, bro? Like, what the fuck? That's all this is.
Is that what's going on? They just don't fucking teach these guys any of this stuff anymore. But I wouldn't
arm wrestle with him. I wasn't there to make him feel bad. I was there because I needed a team.
He sounds great. That he allowed you, because a lot of these guys are not.
Well, he didn't. So he was great for a minute. And then there was a point where I started to have growth because of COVID, and he flipped so hard on me that I basically fired him.
Wow.
He was like, you got to stop doing that witch doctor shit. They're taking your money from you.
That.
I mean, he went off on me, and I was like, well, we're done here. That's it. Because no,
okay.
You can't take away what I know.
I thought he might have been observing you and allowing you to do what you do.
He was, until I had a negative test. And so this negative test was that because I had, but we didn't know at that point that it was because I had COVID. So it was like that whole time he was waiting to say, I told you so, and that's not on my team.
Do you think there's a relationship with the COVID and the growth of the lymphoma?
Did what?
Do you think that there's a relationship with the COVID and the growth of the lymphoma?
100%.
As a toxin?
It's the fact that my immune system was already suppressed from lymphoma stage 2. Then what's the first thing COVID does? It attacks your immune system. So each time I got it, it was pulling me down. And I would fight through it. I would come back.
Stage 2 to stage 4.
The fourth time, it was like, okay, suddenly I was just like in bed. I was in bed and was like, I can't, I just need to rest. That lasted for like a month. And then it was like, okay, now I can't breathe. I have to sit up. Now I don't know I didn't know what was going on, but it was just getting worse and worse and worse. I couldn't lay down. I had to sit up to sleep. Like finally one night it got so bad, my whole insides were on fire. I shot up out of bed just screaming in agony. And I was like, okay, I'm going to the emergency room. This is the first time I'm going to the emergency room. And they were like, well, your lungs are full. That's why you
so
can't.
Scary.
Yeah. And that's when I was like, okay, it wasn't until I got to Sanoviv that I knew that it was COVID and I was stage 4 now. Like, it was Dr. Ortega that was like, well, that's why. It's because of COVID.
Is that why they started chelating you, or is that a normal cancer protocol?
No, that's part of it's just to get heavy metals out of you. Chelation is a brilliant IV. It's wonderful, especially if you have like, oh, I also didn't mention I had old dentistry. I had metal fillings.
Oh, fuck.
They at Sanoviv, they removed all of my metal fillings.
They did.
Yeah, they did it safely. And this is like the chemo thing. While they were doing that, they were giving me a high dose vitamin C IV. Wow. So your recovery from the dental work is nothing because you're being fueled with good shit the whole time. It's phenomenal care.
So they give you Novocaine or whatever it is to numb your mouth. If they're going to remove fillings.
They do whatever they need to do.
Crushes my soul.
I don't know.
I get very fucked up for weeks after I have that.
It's not good for you.
It's filled with metals. It's filled with heavy metals. I didn't know that.
So with the mercury in metal fillings, which is what I was having removed, they have a whole special air filtration system so that nobody is absorbing that mercury being released.
What is it? It's called
biodentistry.
And they do it there.
They have.
How many they remove on you?
9. I had 9 metal fillings in my mouth. Which is obviously helping feed cancer.
Yeah.
So
do you ever do detoxes? No, like regular detox, like heavy metal detoxes? Just
like
in your life
and stuff, the medical medium has a heavy metal detox smoothie.
Do you do any
I think infrared sauna takes care of all that stuff. But there's
cilantro, a lot of cilantro. Or like bentonite or zeolite.
Yeah, anything
charcoal. Black, I'm not a doctor. These are not medical suggestions. I'm asking like a friend, like, I don't know, are these good things to take? Maybe, I think. I'm just curious. I don't know.
There's a lot out there.
Wow. So they do that there. That place. I want to go.
You do.
I just want to go. It's $7,000 to go for just a regular standard detox, I think.
Yeah. You talked to John about it.
I think I got a price list because I think that the amount of times that I try to push it, I need to know what I'm talking about, but I trust you, so I don't need to go.
When we podcast with Dr. Ortega, maybe we should just go there and do it.
Film.
Yeah.
Eric, can you come to Mexico and we'll go film?
Definitely. You want to know of this place.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
His brother's a functional medicine guy.
Really? Amazing.
Yeah. He's like, girls, can you wrap it up? I'm so tired.
Very kind.
Okay, let me think. Is there anything else I want to ask you though that's of terrible importance to the people that are watching that are saying, Drea, why didn't you ask that question? I can't wait till the podcast is launched so that I can have people ask questions actually when I can tell people ahead of time.
The function health thing for a minute. Did we talk about that?
No, you said that this is what you were laying in bed looking at your results. Thinking, oh my God, I'm so healthy. I can't believe my blood works so good.
Seriously. So I mentioned that after my run at Sanoviv, I was supposed to go back in 6 months for another T-cell therapy and a diagnostic, right? A week of...
Okay, well I have to ask you this. I'm going to stop you before you even go into what you're going to ask me, because this is what I was thinking about with my brother. So say he would have done this treatment for 3 weeks, but he lives on the East Coast.
Yeah.
And now he has to go back for follow-ups. How do you manage that, right? You live here, so you'll
find a way. So the beauty of Sanoviv is they make everything effortless for you. So no matter where you're coming from, you have a medical transport. Like for me, I couldn't sit in a car long enough or for 3 hours to drive from LA to San Diego. I had to be able to stand up and move because my fluids were I would get it would just be, it's a weird feeling. Like you have to move. You have to constantly move because the fluids are backing up and you feel the poison. You feel death in your body, right? So my daughter and I took the train because then I could walk around and whatever. But they picked us up on the San Diego side and we did a medical transport across the border. We didn't even stop and talk to anybody.
They always pick you up in San Diego, right?
No, you can fly into Mexico and they'll pick you up at the airport. No matter where it is, they get you and they help you go through customs.
Amazing.
So you're expedited. You're not waiting in any lines. It's a red carpet experience. There's everything caters to your comfort and whatever you can manage. If you're stage 2 and you can walk and you can do everything on your own, you can do it that way too. It's a dignified fucking experience. Like, wow. It's insane how thoughtful it is. So I promise you, once you know this place, you want to go, you want to move in. Yeah. You want to stay there. You don't give a fuck about coming back. You can't wait to go back. You will find a way to get back.
And the ocean is your backyard.
You believe in it. The ocean is your view the whole time. You believe in it. You fall in love with the people that work there that are caring for you. You meet other people. My menopause is making my hair sweat.
I was just sweating like crazy.
Me too. I think we hit it at the same time.
No, it just stopped. I'm in a hot flash right now.
Yeah, me too. So I was going to say that too. So when I was in all of the symptoms of stage 4, menopause symptoms went away. Now, suddenly they're back. And I'm like, oh, that's a great sign. My body has regulated.
Oh,
I celebrated that. Like, as crazy as that sounds, of all this weight gain, like brain fog moments, all these things are happening and I'm happy about it because it means my body is back in alignment with my age and with, whatever.
I feel the opposite, by the way. I feel like something's terribly wrong with me.
Because of menopause?
I'm like, what is this?
Because you haven't experienced something worse, then that's what it is.
I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
But that's where this function health thing comes in. So when I left Sanoviv, I felt so good and confident that I was back in control of myself. And I was gifted the quantum healing. Quantum healing, for those that don't know, it's all energetic healing. It's sound, light. It's all these different therapies that are energetic healing. It's non-invasive. There's no needles.
Where do you go?
Well, that place closed down. So there's new places popping up all over now, but Sanoviv had a room that had all of those quantum healing
talking about
gadgets.
Like a Rife machine?
Rife machine.
What is a Rife machine? Will you explain that?
I'm not an expert. I think I would butcher it. I would butcher it, but it's something I know.
It's a breakup.
It's a resonance. Yeah. It's an energetic, it's a resonance in your body, and you're basically in the quantum.
Sound?
No, it's not sound, it's light. So in quantum healing terms, you're not killing cancer, you're turning it off. So the way their language is about, like, everyone has cancer cells in their body. It's a matter of whether they get turned on or not during this lifetime. So we're all walking around with it, but something triggers it to turn on.
So we all have cancer.
We all have cancer cells. That's why we have the killer cells,
the killer
too.
T cells.
Yeah.
So my son talks about
that. There's T cell and then there's the natural killer cells. They're two different things, but it all works together, right? So quantum healing is non-invasive. It's literally you're zenning out in this.
Just hippie shit. It's just hippie shit, man.
It really seems like hippie shit, but it's the alien in us. We are energetic. Everything is fucking energy. Yeah. Even money, it's currency. Currency is energy.
Yep.
It's crazy. When you think about it, it's all right there in front of you, right? Like, I sound weird, but so anyway, oh God, I got sidetracked. The menopause thing. So I decided to devote my time to this gift that was given to me because it's not cheap. Everything that's not Western medicine is expensive as fuck. Currently, it's starting to change, thank God. So I committed to that because this was this beautiful gift that I didn't have the money for. And I was like, why would I not do that? Instead of going back to Sanoviv, which would have cost me another $12,000, let me believe in and know what I have chosen to believe in. Let me give it everything. And I did. And every time I would go, I would still get scans. I would check in with I had a different oncologist because I fired that other guy.
But you found someone who managed to be okay with the way you wanted to treat yourself.
Well, here's what I had to do. When I left Sanoviv, one of your jobs is to find an oncologist that will work in cahoots with your
Can't they help you find
Mexican
those people?
No, they don't have time for that.
You'd be surprised if they wouldn't
it's
have
easy
that.
to do. You just have to set your mind to
We
it.
need to find a network
But I did find a guy
all over America.
we do.
You
Maybe we
do.
can help create a network. No, you're right. We need to. But I found somebody, a friend who has her own journey with like really a rough story that breaks my heart because I love her so much. But one of her oncologists is that she's like, he's great. He'll work. I have 3 other oncologists. He'll work with all of them, whatever. He has a personality and, a sense of humor, and he's fucking rad. And I'm so grateful for him. So I would do checkups with him, just scans to see where I was at. I was like, please just honor my wishes. I'm even going against Ortega's wishes right now. And I just want to do this for now, but I need you to check in on me. He was like, great, let's do it. So I would go in every couple months and have a scan. And he'd be like, whatever you're doing, keep doing it.
Wow.
It keeps getting better and better. Everything's shrinking. So I did. Then I decided, you know what? I'm not going to do Western medicine anymore. I'm not doing scans, none of it. I'm going to fully get in tune with my body so deeply that I know what it wants and what it needs. And I'm going to try that for 2 years. And if at any point I feel unsafe, I'll go get a scan. But this is my goal. And so I stopped getting scans because scans are radiation
How often
too.
were you doing them?
I was doing them every couple months, and that's radiation, right?
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah. But
they
when you
want-
have cancer,
They want you to do it every couple of months. When
well, I
it's
was kind of
active
creating
cancer.
my own, and we would have to work with my insurance. Like, what will the insurance say yes to? All you'd have to do is find the loopholes. You just say, oh, we think that, it's raging again. You just make up like, the patient has complaints of I can't breathe again or whatever. And like,
So do you have to
dig
go
up
to the
your old
doctor and
symptoms.
say this?
My doctor and I would, I don't want to get him into, so I would say.
No one knows you're. Oh well,
I did
they
say-
can find, and we're all being surveilled.
Anyway, we might have to cut his name out, but
Don't-
I did.
Oh, you didn't say his name.
I would say, hey, and I would just pull up old symptoms from stage 4 and be like,
Interesting.
oh, I'm feeling this again.
Interesting.
Tell my insurance that so we can get a scan approved. And he
Yeah.
would do it. So all my scans were like, you're great. You're doing great. You're doing great. So I stopped. And this brings us full circle to the function health thing. So now I haven't been to the doctor, Western medicine, for anything in over a year. I don't even know. I know I'm not cancer free, but I'm not afraid of any of it. And I pay attention to my body, and I honor where I do, like I'll jump in the sauna, or I'll, hit the juices really hard, or sometimes I indulge in other things. Like,
I mean, I couldn't believe you had Starbucks with you today.
It
Not
wasn't
Starbucks.
Starbucks.
Coffee bean.
I got a little protein snack. Anyway.
But you didn't eat it all.
But it doesn't matter. Like I'm not in fear, and I
Yeah.
do everything in, small doses. Like if I do go if I'm naughty one day, which is joy, right? Everyone wants a fucking piece of pie or something now and then. Then I just atone my sins through a good juice and a good sauna, whatever. So it's a dance that you get into with your body. You make love to it in that way. You're like, I love you. I hear you. What the fuck do you want right now? Let's go get it. Let's go. And you bring this like levity to the situation that takes the fucking intensity out of it.
Well, it sounds like loving yourself
I
is
love and
really
know
big
myself
part of
better
it.
than I've ever, I'm really proud of what I've done. I'll say that. So now, and I'm still researching things all the time. Like that's what my life is devoted to, researching things and to figuring out my own inner traumas and to addressing them. And doing that work is hard. And you have to find a way to get quiet and do it. And it's a lot of writing and journaling and reading and hiking. And, you know, you just get into it though. You just get fucking curious and go, because when you're curious, it takes away the anxiety. It brings a levity that's like, I'm curious, not I'm scared. I'm curious, right? There's something about that that's more fun. And then, okay, so through all this research that I'm always doing and through the podcasts, I'm always interviewing people that have gone through their own shit. I found Function Health, and Function Health is something that Dr. Mark Hyman and Jay Shetty, I think Dave Asprey and Huberman, I think all those guys are in on it.
Those are all cool cats.
They're all cool cats. Thank you to all of them. But this is this thing that's like $4.99 for a whole year. And it's all blood work, because your blood work is your timestamp, right? It tells you everything your body needs, what's in balance, what's out of balance. And it's just a moment in time. So you don't have to you can look at it and go, oh, today my iron is deficient. I'm going to go eat blah, 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 blah. It depends on whether you're vegan or vegetarian or a carnivore, whatever. You'll know what to eat for iron based on what your beliefs are. And you bring it, you change it, like you address it. But so I just signed up for it. I had my first blood draw last week, and I already have most of the results back. And I can't believe what I'm looking at. I'm so proud of myself. It's like 84% or 84. Okay, wait, let me slow down. Only 17 of the tests are out of range. Everything else is in the green. And it gives you your biological age versus your physical age.
That's what you were telling me.
7 years younger. Cancer. And I'm 7 years younger than my physical age.
Wow.
Does it do allergies?
Okay, so all of this is, yes. There's a staple. So that one price covers like 170 tests, I think. And it's a couple times a year, because you have to, retest. They'll give you get your initial, and then you retest later in the year to see where you're at again. And they'll give you doctor's summaries of things, which I haven't gotten that yet. That takes like 3 to 4 weeks before the doctor's summaries. You never step foot into a doctor's office. You put in your zip code, and they'll give you like a Quest diagnostic place where you go get your blood drawn. It takes 15 minutes. Everything else is online on your little app. And there's additional tests that you can get for a lower cost than you would get through your doctors or a naturopath or whatever, because it gets super expensive. So yes, you can do allergy testing. They asked me if I wanted to, but I didn't need to. I'm not allergic to shit. Like, I'm one of those lucky people. So it wasn't my focus. My focus was really, I don't think I added any. Oh, I wanted to know more about my hormones because of menopause.
So you can tailor it to that.
Yeah, you can tailor
That's
it, but it might cost you a little more. You can also get low cost scans. So like me, who doesn't pay for health insurance anymore because I don't use it, I use that money to pay for something like this and what I call biohacking my way. And I learn more about what path I'm on, right? So then I can take these test results and put it into AI and see what AI says I
it's
should
good for
do.
something.
That's the only thing I'll use it. Like, I use it for editing the podcast too, but
You use AI editor?
mm-hmm.
What do you think about that, Eric?
You won't use AI?
Oh, I use it.
Okay. I haven't used it for anything except editing the podcast, and I'm about to do it with these test results. So I'll have.
I wouldn't fully trust whomever is controlling the AI for editing. Yes, whatever.
Right.
But be careful with that shit, because they want you to stay sick.
It's all curiosity. It's all, I'm just dancing my way through it, right? I'm finding what works for me, and it will be AI, and then I can compare it to what the doctor's input is that pop up in the app, that they're like, "Hey, but you never have to sit, and you don't have to have these fucking appointments and all these extra costs." And they make it accessible for you to be in charge of your own
Your
health.
own health. Yeah.
It's a brilliant thing, and I think everybody should have it. Even if you have good insurance, you're not getting these types of blood panels done. You
No.
don't even, they won't even ask you if you want them. And then if you do ask for them, you have to fight for them. And then you have to pay so much money. And then maybe or maybe not, like it's this whole silly dance. And this is like an instant, I already have test results, and I had just had it done Friday, and the test results came back on Monday.
Can they
Like-
tell your markers for
Cancer.
cancer in there?
Yeah.
And
All
everything's
of it.
good for you right now?
Yeah. I mean, there's a couple things that are off, but like my LDL cholesterol, there were a couple things that were off.
What are they? I'd be curious to see what the doctors are going to say about the cholesterol.
Me too. Yeah.
Because if these guys are anti-cholesterol in a lot of areas, that would be so questionable considering how we now know that we need it.
Yeah. So that's what I was going to say. A lot of that is just fear mongering. Like, we need cholesterol.
That was yours
But
high?
with cancer, with the one with lymphoma, that was always off anyway. So it's just aligned with what I art. There's nothing in there that I was afraid of. Everything was, it was all peace of mind. It was joy. It was
Amazing.
like, wow. Even, what was it? I was thinking maybe my iron was off, because sometimes I get leg cramps at night. My iron's great. Like, all of these things are great. My red blood cell count is great. Like, fucking what? And I'm doing this myself.
Was it not great before a lot of these things?
Yeah, no.
It wasn't.
Not at all. They were in danger zones. Like, in dangers.
So what are
in
you doing?
death
What have you
zones.
been doing right now that's keeping you balanced?
Food first,
What kind of food are you eating?
organic, just clean food. And
Do you cook it yourself?
like
Do you eat
single
out?
source foods. Like, no, you can eat out, but you want like one ingredient foods, basically. So like a salad.
You don't want a chicken
or-
cutlet parmesan.
I mean,
You don't want chicken
Once a month,
covered in
yes, I
mozzarella
do.
and tomato sauce.
once a month,
Okay.
you treat yourself. You're not in prison.
Do you believe in a steak? Do you believe it's a high fat diet?
When
or-
I crave, I'll have cravings, and that's what I believe in. So my craving, I listen. I've always been that way with food, though. I've gone through, the phases, like I'm vegetarian, I'm vegan, I believe my body tells me. So if I'm craving a red steak, I'm going to eat it, but I'm going to find the cleanest red steak I can find. If I'm craving chicken, which usually freaks me out, I'll eat it, but I'll find the cleanest, best chicken. So I prefer to shop at farmers markets, and I prefer to have conversations with the farmers and talk to them about their practices. Topanga Canyon, where I live, we have a phenomenal farmers market. They're really picky about who they invite there and what their practices are. They're picky about how they feed our canyon, and I appreciate it so much. It's such a gift. And you'll find, you can go down all these rabbit holes of, I think water, my new thing with water is getting it through food. I don't think there's any great source of drinking water. I think getting it through food is activated water. So I'm like studying people who haven't drank water in like 7 years or 2 years, and just getting it through fruits and vegetables.
I think you're going to like the idea of this depleted water.
Yeah.
Because if we're not taking in a ton of water anymore, because I think that our story with water has been completely hyped up.
Yes.
Drink more water once they dumped all the fluoride in the water,
Yep.
once the plastic bottles came on the rise. And then cancer and obesity are now on the rise with the dawn of the plastic bottle and fluoride. So now I'm hearing all these, especially cancer doctors, saying that we do not need all that water.
Yeah.
That was a bunch of bullshit. And this deuterium depleted water, you just need a little bit of it. It's very expensive, but you just need a little bit.
Did she tell you what the process was?
Do you remember if she's, I don't know. I think I might have asked her about it.
That was my question.
I'm not, yeah, I did
Yeah.
ask her. I told her
Yeah.
that my friend was asking about it too. But yeah, I don't
You
know.
don't remember?
Yeah, I don't remember what
okay.
she
If
said.
it's an email, some slides, though, maybe it's in that.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure we can find out. I was just curious about it.
It's only made in Russia and Romania?
Yeah, but she said they're opening a plant in Vegas or something.
Oh, I think
Mm.
I told you the Vegas thing. Yeah, I think that it comes from Vegas when you get it here in America. But
Interesting.
But yeah, I think it's just, oh, you know what? I did go into it a little bit with her because I said to her, so if they can do this in the factory, then they can do this to our water supply,
Mhm. Right.
right?
Yeah.
So if they can
How
put
dare
exactly.
how
and-
dare you to think like that?
yeah, I know. What the fuck is wrong with you, Drea? So
Jesus.
why can't
Solution
they-
oriented? What?
I mean, I'm so smart. It's so crazy. Like, I don't even know why I thought of that. But yeah, why can't they do that? And I guess they never would. But that is one of the main.
No, they
I mean,
don't want us
deuterium
thriving.
exists and it's important for your bones, but it's not good for moving.
Like you can have an
cells.
excess of it, right?
Well, your body can't deplete it. Your body can't get rid
Right.
of it with all the toxins and with glyphosate and our body's being bombarded
But you
by
need
so much stuff.
you need some, right? Is that true?
I think that it goes into your bones and that's where it should stay.
Okay.
That it's good for bones, but it's not good for anything moving, anything that's active.
So like you need to sweat it out. Like
You need to sweat it out. You
Yeah.
can't, and I think that's why, I mean, everybody's filled with it, but how we deplete it has been fucked up based on all the toxins that we're being hit with and the fact that we don't go in the sun. And this woman, Petra
Yeah.
Davalar, she's talking about energy and light as well.
yeah.
So all of this stuff is just, it's all coming together.
Yeah.
And I think the basis of it, I think the big takeaway, the one common denominator, even though everybody has a different way of going about it and taking different medicines or herbs or all that stuff, but the main common denominator is the light and energy
Mm-hmm.
and us being
Natural
electrical.
too, right? Natural.
Yeah, natural
natural light energy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was even asking her about, there's all of these people who are anti-sun, even people that are trustworthy and great that are anti-sun, people that think that because the environment's so fucked up that the sun is getting more fucked up or something. I don't really know because I'm not a scientist, but you can train your body to go into the sun the right way.
Mhm.
So if you go in early in the morning, and I guess that's the UVA versus UVB later
Or
in
you
the day.
you train your circadian rhythm, your clock too,
And your eyes.
through sunlight in your eye, like all of that. Yeah.
No sunglasses.
Right. No sunglasses.
Maybe just don't stare at the sun. Maybe you don't want to stare straight into the sun because some people that might do that
But
might have
be
a
in
problem.
it
But
and expose your belly to it. That's how you
I mean,
absorb
what about the
vitamin
asshole?
D. I
But
mean,
have you heard about
what's his name is doing it?
the certified health nut?
Certified health nut.
I
Yeah.
love him.
I
love
figured
him.
you would
When he's videotaping himself with his legs up
with
in
his
the
urine
air.
therapy too.
I've been following him forever.
Yeah.
Oh wait, is he drinking his own piss?
Oh my God. He
Oh.
ages it. It turns black and he rubs it on his face
Oh
and sits in the sun with
You know
it.
what's funny?
He's wild as fuck.
I had a nanny for the kids early on when the kids were teeny tiny in New York when I was working. And whenever Blackjack would pee, when his diaper would be off, she'd be like, no, I'd be like, I'm sorry. And she'd be like, ay, no, esto es me voy a quedar muy joven con esto. And I was like, what in the fuck are you doing? She was like, this is like God's medicine.
Some people think so. I dipped into I was researching that because I'm open to everything, right? And I'm researching it.
Golden
and while I
showers.
was in Costa Rica,
Chuck Berry.
I met
You ever watched the Chuck Berry tape where he's pissing on the girl and he goes, bitch, you can smell my fart. Sorry, this is a serious conversation. I'm sorry. Every now and then I take a break.
bring some levity.
You know. But go, oh
So
my God, this
so I
dog.
met quite a few people that are super into. I know.
It's absolutely insane. He is the cutest thing that ever. I'm going to let you pee on me tonight, Blanky. We're having golden showers, you and I.
all night long.
On my leg. You can piss
better
on my
rest
leg.
now because you got work to do, kid.
Oh my God, he's so beautiful. Look at his little face.
You don't get to look at him on other people's laps all the time.
He is magic. He is an old wizard. But go ahead, tell me about the pee.
I'm honored that he's here with me right now. So I was, surrounded by people that are practitioners of uropathy.
Is that what that's called?
There's many different names,
Wait,
but
uropathy?
Uropathy is one of them.
Interesting.
And I mean, I was like, huh. So I was considering it and I was researching it and I even saved a little pee. And I just realized it doesn't have to be for me. I do so many things.
Did it resonate?
It didn't resonate with me. It just didn't.
What about if they wanted to offer that to you as like a chemotherapy? What if they were going to inject you with your own urine?
If it's my own urine, I would choose my own urine over chemotherapy. But
what do you do in uropathy? Tell me about it. I have to just
trust my body. And it was like, you can't get... So
drink it?
Okay, here's what I did.
Is that what you do? You're supposed to drink it?
Some people drink it. Some people bathe in it. Some people
bathe in it.
You can inject it if you're not into drinking and bathing in it. So what I read a book. There's somebody that gave me a stack of books, and I read 2 of them while I was there. And one of them, the first one I was attracted to, was teaching practitioners how to teach people to do uropathy. I was like, okay, that makes sense. Let me read that. So they give you these different ways to do it. So what I did was, one of them was soaking your hands in it, right? And I had just taken off gel nail polish and my poor fingernails were shredded thin. And I was like, you know what? Let's try it. If it's a miracle situation, this is where it'll show, because my nails were fried, right? They were paper thin and they even hurt because I peeled it off. I didn't have it taken off. I peeled off this polish myself. You know how awful that is.
But isn't your pee or what you want to let go of?
Well, yeah. So here's what happened. Do you want to hear what happened to me?
Oh, yes.
I soaked my fucking hands in it, just one. I couldn't get rid of the smell for like a week. And I was like, I can't do it.
Your hands smelled like piss?
Oh my God, it was disgusting. It smelled like piss for a week. And I didn't tell my friend that I did it.
She smelled your pissy hands?
No, she didn't. But I thought she would. So I didn't tell her I had done it. I waited till she was at work. And I was like, let me just try this in my own privacy. Test it out. And she's not open to, she researches all this shit too. And she considered doing it too. And, but I just, one day I was like, you know what? My fingers fucking hurt. I'm going to try it. I tried it. Oh my God. It just wasn't for me. And I told her 2 weeks after, I was like, I tried that. And I'm like, did you ever smell it? And she's like, no, I never did. Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to say anything contrary. I mean, I am noticing how beautiful your nails are though.
Well, that's because I've been... I haven't gone back to feel how strong they are.
They're insane looking.
They're so strong.
They're crazy.
That's juicing, girl. This hair. Let's talk about the hair.
Yeah, I'm losing my fucking hair. I have a fucking wig on right now. I'm kidding. I'm not wearing a wig, but it is extensions.
This is mine, and this is after 10 years of dreadlocks.
I can't believe
I cut it up to here, combed it out, and this is what I have.
She recently took out the dreadlocks.
No fucking any extensions, anything in here. This is all my hair, and this is from fueling from the inside. This is from juicing and eating right. My hair, yes, I have a toner on it because I like a little red with the brown. That's a style choice, for lack of a better way to say it, but this is my fucking hair. I have very little gray. I'm 55 years old.
Very little gray.
Very little gray. Too.
I'm going all gray now.
Yeah. This is since 2005, I've been focused on eating well. Doesn't mean I'm perfect at it. I'm not perfect at anything. I don't want to be perfect at anything, but I've been focusing on good nutrition for all these years. And I think that's why my hair looks so healthy now after 10 fucking years of dreadlocks.
I couldn't believe what I saw your hair look like. I saw you a month ago
Yeah.
after you took the dreadlocks out. I thought you'd be bald after
Everyone
taking them
says the same thing. They're
It's
like,
insane.
wait, can I touch it? Is that real? I'm like, it's all mine.
It's crazy.
It's so thick. I get hot. It's like the dreadlocks, at least there was airflow.
Yeah.
Because they were sectioned off. So my scalp never got hot. With this, it's like wearing a dog on my head all day. Like it's hot.
Wearing it.
It's great in the winter, but in the summer
my
here, it's just like little beads of sweat start popping
Well, the
down.
dreadlocks were kind of back too. They weren't all.
They were
they?
I mean, yeah, I wore them kind of forward unless I was on the motorcycle. Like it was like carrying a blanket around.
They
like
were really good dreadlocks.
they were
too.
really good. Shout out to Andrew Marlin,
Insane.
my loctician. He's like a
Amazing.
mastermind with dreadlocks. If anyone's looking for dreadlock maintenance or just to start their locks, whatever, Andrew Marlin.
Why'd you take them out?
I didn't recognize myself anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
The spiritual journey of healing stage 4 cancer, I think, because I started digging in. Dreadlocks are a spiritual journey, right? I started
hair,
them
like when people get rid of their hair. I know, like young men, or in the Native Americans, like if their father dies, they'll cut their hair.
yeah,
Right? Is
there's
that a thing?
there's some ritual like ceremony type stuff. Yeah. For me, I wanted them since I was 20. I lived in Hawaii and was like, I really resonate. There's something about the symbolism with a tree. Like I'm really into tree and
Me
tree
too.
roots
Me too.
and like what that means. And like, that's my attraction to them. It was a spiritual thing. Like I connect to the energy of a tree and I feel it. I just feel it for me. And I let everyone under the sun talk me out of them for years and years and years. And in my 40s, I was like, my curl had kind of gotten tired and frizzy. And I was just like, I always straightening my hair because I hated the curl. And one day I was like, it's time. Fuck it. I'm going to do it now. And I did it and I fell in love with it. The minute I saw myself, because Andrew created a dreadlock perm.
Oh, what the hell
So
is that?
literally he'll section off your locks and he makes the sections, back combs it, back comb twists, and then put it on a perm rod and put the chemical solution on that alters the shaft of your hair. So 8.5 hours later, I had actual dreadlocks.
This is how white girls get dreadlocks?
Yes.
What the
this
fuck?
is his creation. I don't know. I think it was his thing. Like other people do it through crochet. They crochet dreadlocks. They take same thing. You make the sections and you do this crochet until
White
it's a
hair.
dreadlock. Yeah, for white hair.
I had 4 dreadlocks. I
You
had
had
4. I had 4. And I'm going to tell you why. I got one of those hair wraps when I was in, I don't know where the fuck I was. I was in Jamaica.
Yeah,
And they gave me like
that'll inspire it.
I got like a hair wrap here.
Oh, yeah.
Then I got a bunch of them underneath and I never cut them out.
Right.
So it
It
just started
twines.
to dread. In fact, these hair extensions that I wear,
Yeah.
these kinds, if I don't take them out, all of the hair above it will turn into dreadlocks.
Yeah, because your hair is like tree roots. It vines, right?
Yeah.
By nature, even if your hair is not curly, it starts to connect to each other, right?
Yeah, it's crazy.
So you can do it naturally and with twisting and rolling and whatever, but
I
that
did
takes
nothing.
years and years.
These just form. I mean, the ones that I ended up cutting out years later, I wore as a necklace.
yeah,
I had
love
dreads
that.
like this long, and I had beads
I
on them, so I
love
wore it as a
that.
necklace. And I was like, "Oh no, no, no,
It's
no!"
itchy, right?
Yeah, I was like, "This is like putting my hand in my own pee. I'm going to get rid of this."
I can't believe I admitted I did that on camera, but whatever. Here we are.
I mean, I want to know what your pee smells like now. I'm more interested in that. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, no, it just smells like pee.
At least it wasn't
like
shit,
it was.
right?
I eat clean, so it didn't smell that bad. But just the smell of urine on your hand all the time, you're just like, anything you do,
crazy.
you're eating, you know what I mean? It was like,
But how
oh,
often
what
did
I
you
do?
soak?
I thought it would never go away.
But how long was your hand in there that it
30
stayed?
minutes.
So you did it once and it stuck.
Mm-hmm. It was
Damn,
gone in a week.
Your
though.
nails were very porous then.
They were very porous. It's a good
porous.
point. They were very, I literally shredded that polish.
Did your nails get better?
I wouldn't say they did.
No,
Not from
it didn't
that.
work.
This is just time. I don't go have gels anymore. I don't do any of that stuff. I'm super like, I'm super, because I'm biohacking everything. I'm very conscious of everything I do. So you'll see me mostly with naked hands and toes, but at least they look good. Like
They're gorgeous.
they're not shiny and painted, but
well, I'm a Guido.
yours
you know
look
what
gorgeous.
I mean? I got
yours
have a
look
pinky
gorgeous.
ring. I
Mine
got
look natural.
diamonds.
There's a difference.
I got I'm a little Adriana, a little bit Drea. Oh wait, there was some fucking
You're all
question.
power, baby. You're all power.
I got a big dick.
You got a little sperm on your earring.
Sperm. That's it.
There
That's
it
what I'm
is.
asking.
I knew
Okay,
it.
I used to put bull sperm on my face
See?
when I was a kid.
I believe you.
Bull sperm was a thing, and I'll never fucking forget. I had ordered it.
Did it smell funny?
No, but I remember it spilled. Oh no, that was
They
the
probably put
sheep placenta. I
essential
had
oils.
sheep placenta
See,
at
you
one
try.
time.
You
for
would
my
try
face.
urine on your hands, wouldn't you?
Oh, of course.
Or on your
Are you
feet?
kidding me?
You
I'll
would.
clean up my own pee with my hands. I don't
Yeah.
even care.
Yeah.
I'm the most.
It's natural. Look, we have these body functions for a reason, right? But that one just didn't resonate with me. I'm not
I don't like the smell of
dismissive.
old pee.
Yeah. I can't get past it.
Me
The
neither.
people that are in it say that they don't smell it, but that
Well,
doesn't mean others don't. Costa Rica, all these
okay.
things are a little more accepted than here. Like everyone, the reason I went to Costa Rica is because I could find access to quantum healing and other things easier, less expensive, where the fruit still has seeds in it. Like the
Yeah.
food is real, and the earth it's volcanic. It's like a really powerful healing ground there. So
Yes.
I spent 2 months there and I had major breakthroughs there.
Were they spraying the sky there a lot?
So these things, no, they're not spraying.
They're not.
There's no military. They're not spraying. It's like a really,
It's become
people
very
look each
expensive,
other in the
though.
eyes and they help each other. It's like a beautiful, beautiful place.
Did you go over to Panama?
No, not yet. I'm going
Nicaragua?
back. I didn't go anywhere. I stayed in the jungle and healed the whole time.
You did.
I went off grid the whole 2 months.
Wow. Were you alone?
Sometimes for like 2 or 3 weeks at a time. Yeah.
Did you go? Did
2
you
weeks at a
make the
time.
blankie? Don't lick all the pillows,
Thank you.
because then it's going to smell like pee pee.
What's on the
Then it's going to
pillow?
smell like pee, because your breath smells like pee.
Does it, Blanky? What's the deal with
I'm really
that?
interested in your Costa Rica trip, and then I will let you stop speaking in here. So Costa Rica has lots of alternative
Mhm.
ways of healing,
Not only
and it's not
that,
expensive.
not only that, you have access to healthcare in a different way. So, for example, if you want an IV, a vitamin C IV, you can go right to the pharmacy and get one.
Really?
You don't have to fucking pay $350 at a naturopath and all this other shit. You can go get one for like, I think it was like $80 or something. And like I have a port. I did an elective port
Oh,
when I was
really?
at before Sanoviv, because I was getting so many IVs and I only have one side that I can use for IVs, my right side. And if you know about vitamin C, these boring details, sorry.
No, I want to know about vitamin C,
So
because I
vitamin
don't.
C is a fat molecule, which is hard on your veins. It like scrapes the inside of your veins. So
Jesus.
now the life of your veins are under distress, right? And I was doing that since 2017. I was doing high dose vitamin C IVs at least twice a week, sometimes 3 or 4 times a week. So when I hit stage 4, I was still seeking holistic wellness and still having all these IVs, but I was having many, so much more that I elected to have a port put in for that.
Does
So
that
now they
not
just
fuck with that artery? Is it going into an artery?
it goes into your jugular. Like I still have it. There's you can
It doesn't
see
mess
it.
with your jugular as far
It's
as
right
the
here.
scrapings of it all?
No, because it goes basically directly to the source, right? So it's
still in there?
Yeah, I need it removed actually. It's on my list of things to do next. Is
Where
to
are
get
they
it.
going to have to cut you? Right there? Is it big?
It's here.
Is it invasive?
It's right here. You can feel it. You probably can't see it. Can you see it now?
I see that. Yeah.
That's where you would plug in the needle right there.
My
So
kid's stepmom have that too. Has
yeah,
that.
it was
That's scary.
yeah, it's creepy. And it needs to come out because I don't have it tended to. Like I'm not having doctor's visits like that, and you're supposed to flush it all the time.
Oh shit.
So I'm at risk of blood clots.
Oh no,
because I'm not flushing it.
Nope.
Yeah. So I do things like baby aspirin or whatever to
You
keep
do?
just for that reason. When
St. Joseph's.
when I start feeling a little worried about it, and this is all like I'm going to have it removed very soon. So this was like I tried to get it flushed in Costa Rica at the pharmacy because they do that shit. They couldn't flush it because they don't have heparin there. And you have to have heparin to flush an IV because of the blood clot situation, right?
I'm familiar with heparin.
Heparin is a
all the
blood
strokes
thinner.
in my life.
You have strokes?
No, my dad,
Yeah.
my godmother, my brother, heparin.
So you're okay.
Lovenox have.
So they don't
heparin,
have
all
that
of
there.
those.
You would have to go to the hospital, they don't have as many hospitals. They have more pharmacies. And then the hospitals are like, from where I was, it's like 2 hours or 3 hours away.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So,
Well, you were out there.
well, that's just normal there.
Who sent you there? What made you go over there to Costa Rica in that particular area?
I had been researching it as a place that I could live.
So you're looking to move.
I have been since before stage 4, since 2017. I've been looking, where can I live that I can take care of myself the way I want to and not be broke as shit all the time.
Yeah. It's rough here.
And where the food is
The food
still,
here is not healthy.
and Costa Rica is one of them. Portugal is another. Yeah, there's a bunch of places that are ideal for that kind of thing, but Costa Rica is, I like the proximity,
Did you look at how often they pesticide all of their local stuff and
They're
how much they're
just starting-
geoengineering?
They're just starting. So they didn't used to, and now because of the demand, they're starting to now. So like I interviewed somebody that owns a organic restaurant, and I was like, where do you source your foods and stuff? Because there's fruitarias everywhere. I mean, it's so brilliant.
You might.
And he said, trust me, not all of those are organic.
Yeah,
It's harder and harder to find straight up organic.
it is.
But the likelihood of you eating organic there is 80% better than
Oh, yeah.
here. So you can't obsess. You just gotta go with your
Yeah.
gut. And you gotta learn. Like if you cut open a tomato and it's white-ish on the inside, that's all GMO'd. And you can taste
When
the
they're dry.
difference.
the
It's
dry
like,
white.
yeah, it's like a white,
Yeah.
a pale color. Like your everything tastes different.
No,
It
they're
tastes
poisoning
bland. There's
us.
no
We're being
flavor in it
poisoned.
anymore. Yeah. So the fruit there, you just know when you taste it. You know when you touch it and you see it. Like, and that's that energetic connection
Yeah.
to nature. Like you can touch a fruit and literally feel its energy if it's alive or dead.
Yeah.
You just have to be tapped in to do it. Everyone has that ability though. You just have to, it's not woo woo, it's real.
I've
Did I
heard
wake
decent
you?
things about Nicaragua and Panama, like on the borders.
Yes. Yeah.
For good food, or that they haven't been totally taken over yet. Because in
Yeah.
Costa Rica, it just got so popular.
Costa Rica is full of expats now. And it's,
Well, so is Nicaragua.
Yeah.
Nicaragua is, and same, I think, with Panama. I think a lot of them moved out to those areas because Costa Rica was getting so
Yeah.
overrun. And I think they were charging
It's getting more
some
expensive
huge
in Costa
fee
Rica.
to move there.
Yeah.
Like there's something there where you have to pay you have to pay like an entrance fee or something. I could be wrong.
He's got a swollen gland right here.
Both of his glands are always swollen.
These two.
And now he has little lumps on his neck and on his chest.
How dare you?
But I think he is fine.
Yeah.
Because he's wild.
Yeah.
And I don't want to put any needles in him. But he does need to go see his vet. They're on the wrong food. They need to switch to
This is a
stuff.
holistic vet that my friend has great experience with, and they do accept insurance.
They do?
Pet
Where
insurance.
are they located?
I think it's in Burbank.
Oh, good. That's close.
Yeah.
That's close for you, blanket.
And they have all the holistic stuff. It's amazing.
Oh, okay, good. I'm
Yeah.
going to do it. I'm going to do it.
My friend literally was about to have surgery on her dog's what would be an ACL in a dog tomorrow. And she decided at the last minute to take her to her holistic vet too for another opinion. And they were like, oh dear God, no, let's do acupuncture. Let's do all these things.
Oh,
like,
wow.
do not have surgery. We'll work through this.
Even
so she
a thing like
pivoted
that.
right then. She's like, no
Nice.
surgery. We're going to figure this out.
Oh,
So,
I did the worst thing with one of my dogs. I had a 200-pound Great Dane, and I did the chemo on him because he had an osteosarcoma in his leg.
oh, buddy.
And I should have never, but he couldn't walk anymore. He was 200 pounds and he could have broken his leg. So I had
Yeah.
to hold him up to walk.
Yeah.
I did the wrong thing. I learned from that experience, but
So it's the same thing with humans. We're feeding our dogs shit too.
yeah, the grains.
And that's why they're all full of tumors and short lifespans.
I know.
It's the same exact thing. We're all suffering in the same way, and we're all united, you know?
I know.
We could talk for hours and
I
hours.
know,
and
but where
hours.
I'm going to let her go, and I'm fucking starving.
I know.
Eric's probably about to be hypoglycemic over there.
He
in the
passed out like
corner.
4 times on us already.
He's
No,
been checking the batteries, the
pro.
cameras. Oh my God. Thank you so much for coming here and sharing all that information. We're sending everyone to Sanoviv. In fact, we're all going to meet at Sanoviv, the whole world.
Meet at Sanoviv.
The whole world is
Let's
going
just
to
make
Sanoviv.
a million Sanovivs and share it with everybody.
Oh my God. I wish that we could.
We just did a big commercial for them.
I know,
And they
but
don't advertise. They're only word of mouth. So
I know.
this is great.
And they do other things
They
too.
do. They
It's
have-
not just cancer.
I do want to shout out, they have really incredible success with Lyme's patients there
Oh.
too, which is a
Good to know.
huge deal.
which
Yeah.
then sometimes leads into maybe MS and a lot of neuro
Mhm.
sort of stuff too, right?
Yeah. And they're a trusted place for Amish. There's a lot of Amish that go there.
Really?
Yeah. So
That is incredible to
yeah.
hear
Yep.
because that is my trusted model as far
Right.
as who's taking the best care of themselves.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Sanoviv.
What do you know?
The point is, everybody is to do some research, get curious how other people are doing these things that are not using chemo and radiation. But another really great resource I want to shout out for immediate information for anyone that's seeking. Chris Beat Cancer is his website, Chris Beat Cancer, and his name is Chris Wark, W-A-R-K. I want to shout him out specifically because he is devoted to continual research and sharing information. He has a podcast. He's constantly interviewing doctors that started out just strictly Western medicine that have flipped to functional medicine or just holistic. But he beat stage 4 colorectal cancer strictly through nutrition.
Wow.
No. So he's got a great story. He's super young. And just, he's such a good, even now in this, since 2004, or 2005, I'll say that I started really digging into researching things. Even now at this level of research that I'm at, I still dip back into his podcast because he is the only one that I know of that is so consistent and just puts it out there in a way that is non-judgmental towards, because we're all like, whatever choice you make, you have to believe in it. And, he's a man of God and he's maybe not for everybody, none of us are for everybody, right? But if you can find your way to just hear what he has to give, it's a phenomenal resource for somebody who's in need.
What's his name again? Chris
Wark, W-A-R-K.
Chris Wark.
Chris beat cancer.
You know I'm going to try and get him to sit in that chair
I
now.
love that. Can I be here if he does?
Have you interviewed him yet?
Actually, you know, he has a, I haven't done this. No, he has a place on his website where you can go and submit your own story. And I've thought about doing that. So
You
I
should
could
totally.
get
Well,
on
you
the
should be
microphone.
interviewing him.
I know I should be. I will though. My podcast is going through a reshaping right now. And I'm excited about it. It's like the true version of it is about to be revealed. And I'm excited about that. So
Okay.
once
How many episodes are up now?
Oh gosh, I think there's, we'll call it season 1. I think there's 7 up there, but I have like 8 or 10 in the bank right now. And like, you'll know the difference because it's dreads and then no,
Oh my
right?
God, I
Like,
forgot.
it's before and after.
So when I was on your show, you had dreads.
Yeah. We have a great picture from that.
Oh my God. And you shed the dread.
I shed the dread. I
Shed the dread.
unlocked my hair.
You unlocked your soul.
My soul. I love dreads.
Wow.
I may go back to them, but right now this is where we're at.
I take it.
It's free. It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad you're doing this, honey. I'm sorry about your brother.
I know.
I'm really
I
sorry.
know. I am too. Their family's coming here for Christmas. And what makes me most sad is that he hadn't been coming here for Christmas. Our whole family sort of just, once everybody got sick, we all sort of just separated.
Yeah.
You know, families are complicated things. And
Well, you know, illness is a sort of it's an isolating situation. And that's devastating in and of itself because you really need people around you to get through it. So the fact that like all you want to do is isolate. You don't want to talk about it. You want to heal. You just want to get through it.
yeah.
But it really takes all of us to support each other through that. So
Yeah.
it's, you know, going through what I went through and being here now the way I am. It's our cuckoo clock.
That's our clock that said,
we're
you guys have
wrapping
been
it up. We're
talking for
wrapping it up.
3 hours now.
I just feel like it's my obligation now to share my example. I don't know anything other than my experience.
I mean, for me, hearing you talk about all of this stuff is more informative to me if I were someone who just heard about a diagnosis or if I knew somebody. I would be looking up that place and looking up this would be the gold standard for me personally.
Yeah, like basically I've done the research, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I live it. I'm walking proof in this place in time that there is another way and you can thrive through it and
Yeah.
just be open and do your research and make sure you align with whatever choice you make in the deepest way.
Yes,
know?
100%. You got to
Yeah.
believe.
I'm
Like you
having that
said.
hot flash again.
Woo, the hot flashes. All right, we're done. We're
We're
out of here.
done.
We're done. Goodbye, Ultra Free, dumb fighters.
Ultra free.